Hello everyone, let me go ahead and get the stuff going here, but as always, my name is Austin Runkle, and I'm going to obviously be your, as always, one who is up here in the booth calling a wonderful Wednesday night race as always here. And we have here tonight the RYCO Performance 300 here at good old Talladega Super Speedway. Always attracting people love and hate for many reasons, but we are going to be here and strapping in for 113 laps of fine racing in these nections around this track here. And we'll have two stages, obviously, as always. One at lap 25 and one at lap 50. It is a nice 72 degrees in this, or in sim right now. Well, it also, I believe, on the track, as we're seeing there, I believe it is about, looks like 114 if I'm reading that correctly. My stuff was a little slow there to show me, but yes, looks like it is indeed 114 degrees on the track here today. So, quite the hot track, if you will. As you see, obviously, there we have, the RYCO Performance logo and everything. It is also partly cloudy here. And, well, let's just go ahead and get down to the track here. Pull the racing away, get that tower up, and we'll go ahead and get down to somewhere on the track here. Get my stuff out of the way so I can see the sim, so I know what I'm showing you guys here. Where is my camera? So let's go ahead and let's go to Paul real quick, just so we have someone on the track that we're looking at here. Here it is. Okay. So we have, Mr. Paul there, as you can see. We got everyone out here. Looks like they're, they're practicing a little bit of, running if you're with the groups and everything. We got Paul there, and to just also while we're here too, let me go ahead and get those points up again here, since we get through the numbers are gonna look weird. That's because I messed stuff up when I was trying to put the points. But here are what this way, there we go. So we still, I believe that's correct. I believe that's yes. So yes, Corey Mott is in the lead in points right now, followed by Steve Menke, Zander Short, Zach Saunders, Adam Johnson, Nic Vasquez, Nishil Condoor, Mike in that top 10. And Steven's not too far off from Corey in terms of points. He's like, I believe that's only maybe about 3 points there that he's shy of Corey. So very, very close indeed. But let me go ahead and pick that back up on the tower there, so we can see fancy notes here. We have obviously about the race tonight. So let me open this up there, browser, so I can see it more clearly here. There we go. So we do have Zander Short. Is he on the track? I was just on the track, but not anymore. It's Factory Motorsports. He's obviously a hot driver tonight, because even without a win, he has found himself sitting third, obviously in the Cup standings, as you saw there. Corey Mott was at the top. We have a note here that says some call it collusion, others call it consistency. Either way you look at the top of the standings. Then we have gold. Cody Leach is out on the track. He is not. That's just always when I talk about someone, they're not on the track. After 3 top 5 finishes, obviously in lesser races, Cody Leach so with those finishes he's had, he's up to 12th in the points, as we do see a couple people driving off it. Whoa! We see cars wrecking, and you know just as well as me that this is Talladega. We will see plenty of cars wrecking tonight in many different ways. But we obviously see also not driving alone, which is that guy that I just had the camera on, Paul Mazier. I always feel like I'm going to say his name wrong. Justin, okay, so Justin's just blinking. That's not me. Okay, I was so it's just him blinking. I think that means it's kind of on Justin. All right. Well, obviously after he had the amazing entrance at the beginning of the series with a win and an 8th place finish, he has not found himself to be able to get back in the top 10 in points after the rest of the season so far. And we also have Ray Gill, who, with only one top 20 finish in his last 5 starts, hopefully, he can pull something out here at Talladega tonight. We do also have, where is his name? We have Trey Fraley right here. Mr. Robert Trey Fraley, as he is. Making his Cup debut in the number 17 Lombard House Breakside Brewing Ford Mustang. Right there, like I said, you're showing me on the screen here. You can see that car looking nice and good there on the screen. We also do have, if he's on the track, we have Mr. Cameron Romano here. You can see he's got a different paint scheme right now as he has picked up a sponsorship from Bob Henry's Barbecue Sauce and Rubs, which he obviously has plastered all over that scheme tonight. And also in other news as well, it seems as if the beef between Zander Short and Mike Burnett has died down after NASCAR officials had to step in. And also congrats everyone on our green flag runs last week. Keep it up or else. And I'm getting that from, I think you all can guess where I got that message from probably. Gordon has been loving the green flag runs that we've had recently, so I'm sure that's probably who that's from. And sadly, guys, we don't have a fan pick of the week because we all know it's Talladega. You can't have a favorite because we don't have the crystal ball up here, so we have no way who will win. No way to tell you like on a guess or pick of who would win. Sadly. But also, while we are here, just kind of sitting and going through all of this, let me go ahead and also run the quick ad for the sponsor tonight. Obviously, RYCO. Grab my fancy ad thing here. Let me make sure it's also not going to be looping. My studio mode here so I can mess with this without you guys seeing it. So the last thing I want to do is I want to mess with this and then you guys see it when I mess with it. So do some background on the fly editing, if you will. So good shot rolling. This would double be good. The last thing I want to do is I want to have it show that while I'm trying to mess with it. So is this the ad? No, it's not. I'm just messing with stuff here at the same time, guys. So pardon me. update on how they look here. But while we're doing that, let me go ahead and run on the sponsor for tonight. Where you guys will still see the track. Obviously, I've got a nice little thing I cooked up to make sure that you can still see the action, especially when you caution you when you're running the ad once or twice kind of thing. So let me go ahead and run the ad here real quick. And yeah. I'll do the spiel as well after as well. But there we go. Okay. And also, obviously, we do have a little blurb here that I'm going to go through. Let me find it again. I know I saved it somewhere. But let me also switch to someone else. So we are back to someone that's on the track. Obviously, let's look at Vince. Yeah, haven't had Vince on the screen. Obviously, all so far to start. But obviously, to go into more detail, obviously about RYCO, at RYCO Performance, as I've got the little thing here, it says at RYCO Performance, we are more than a setup shop. We are a performance provider, providing you with weekly with data and setups to get you ahead of the curve on the competition. Whether you're a seasoned sim racer or of a weekend warrior, is it a seasoned sim racer or a weekend warrior? I don't know if the typo was there. Our cutting-edge data packs and our one-on-one coaching sessions are tailor-made to push the limit of yourself and your virtual race car, giving you the winning edge you crave. And also, why choose RYCO? Such as reasons as expert craftsmanship by a team of seasoned builders, cutting-edge performance enhancements tailored to your vehicle, and unrivaled coaching and reliability to handle the most demanding circuits on the iRacing platform. For more information, visit us at RYCOMotorsports.com, where we build champions and deliver results. And as you also see, obviously, in that video, RYCO has got quite the resume in terms of wins as well. So definitely check them out if you would like to have winning setups. Not that obviously other setups aren't also good, but if you want to have the best setups or the most winningest times you saw in the ad there, head over to RYCOMotorsports.com for such as that. As you see, we do have obviously a couple of cars that are probably running RYCO and repping RYCO tonight, such as Chris Burnham there and Mike Burnett. Obviously, I was repping RYCO during the trucks, and I almost had the win if I hadn't pulled the move I did there, but we won't talk about it because regardless, I ended up third in points in the trucks for this second split. So while I'm not happy with the result I pulled myself into at the end there, I still am third in points, and I call that good enough in my book. Because that set was fire. I do wonder if we're going to have Mr. Bill up in the booth, and I might need to send this man a message and be like, hey, Bill, are you,
Hear me, Austin?
Oh, speaking of the man, there he is!
I heard you smack about me.
I was doing no such thing besides wondering where in the world you were.
Well, I will tell you this. If you did not watch the race, Austin came very close to pulling off a big victory. And guess what else? I almost did the same last night, but I pulled a rookie move, and I took out poor Jimont, and we'll be calling him later on so I can apologize to him.
Well, see, my thing that I messed up on is I made the mistake of I tried to make a move that I had not made all night. Like the entire night, I had not pulled such a dive as that. But for some reason in my brain, I didn't think, let me just stick with Nate. I thought, no, I need to block the inside. So I dove to the inside when I should have, honestly, just stuck with Nate. I probably would have been fine. So,
Well, the night's going to be hopefully a little bit better than last night, the last 2 nights. I destroyed my truck the other night, and Masshole Motorsports will be unveiling a new version of the number 30 Chevy Silverado with a new sponsor. And yep, and that truck is gone. The old 5150 Eddie Van Halen truck was absolutely destroyed to the point where the impact was so hard that my sim rig shook violently and knocked stuff off the table.
oh god,
It was a good one, and you know it's a good one when Corey Mott says call the morgue. So yeah, it was a bad one. So that truck is destroyed. I was testing today with the new setup, and I'm looking forward to it, and especially the new Nextel Cup series. I'm looking forward to that as well.
yeah. If I wasn't always busy on Tuesday nights, I probably would have joined you guys on that. But I have prior obligations on Tuesday nights that I have had since before I joined this league. So I play with fancy clicky clack dice and do D&D. So I'll admit on the stream, that's what I do on Tuesday nights. Been doing that for a year with the same group. We went through 2 campaigns, so that's my Tuesday prior obligation. Otherwise, I would be doing Nextel Cup probably with you guys and wrecking half the field because I feel like I would do terrible in the Gen 4s. But you know,
I absolutely had a blast last night with the Gen 4. My plan went to work. I hung out in the back all night long. I was waiting for the last 20 laps. As soon as we hit 20 laps, I moved forward. I was battling for the lead, next to Mr. Mott himself, Papa Mott, and I came down to kind of not bump draft him, but to side draft him a little bit, and I ended up bumping him and taking us both out. So I will be apologizing to him later on tonight, and hopefully he doesn't hang up on me.
I also gotta say, you got another hot track tonight. 155 degrees for that track temp. Wow.
Yeah, that's
maybe tonight, since I couldn't pull it off, maybe tonight one of the RYCO guys can pull off a win at the RYCO sponsored event. That would be.
Well, I'm looking at that number 15 car he's been driving lately, and you know, I've said it all year long that Cody Leach is going to be the guy that's going to win a race this year. He's going to be in the top 5 points, and each week he just gets faster and faster. And you know what? He's hanging with the front.
Oh, also, another thing as well is, I don't know if you saw this, Bill, but even though I had that terrible in there, I'm third in the points to start the second split off.
Yeah, not too bad. Not too
I
shabby.
called, even though that was a terrible finish in my opinion, I will take being third in the split because I know that after Kansas, it's going to be terrible track. So if I can just do good at Kansas, I can probably secure a second split walk-in, most likely.
Well, I enjoy Kansas, and
yeah, no, I just know that on the truck schedule after Kansas, it's chaos tracks. We'll call it that.
well, I'm excited to unveil my new truck. A little more attitude than last time, and I'm ready to rock and roll. I have some new setups, new team I've been working with.
Oh
and,
yes, I remember that. Yes.
Yeah, so it's a very fast car, and I'm enjoying it.
Well, that's good. That's good. If there was ever a night where I get to talk lots and lots about the setup I love and use, this is the night because it's freaking sponsored by them. So.
Yes, it is, and you know it's well deserved as well. But it's going to be interesting to see who survives this race.
I mean,
we have had a lot of big crashes at this track and every other, and you know there's always the big one, and especially towards the end, everybody starts getting tired at the end, and you know we've got some guys that have been running up front that we haven't seen all year. So it's going to be interesting.
That's the one beautiful thing about Talladega is it usually gets those drivers that you don't see at the front, which like me because I don't always end up at the front like trucks. But that's this track pulled me to the front and kept a lot of guys that you don't see at the front of the packs usually all of a sudden at the front. But I mean, if it's any indication, especially on the RYCO side of things, on the setup stuff of how the trucks went, I can bet you that it won't take long, if at very long at all, for the guys in RYCO, running the RYCO setups, to pull to the front, especially on the long run. Because that was definitely the thing it felt like on the trucks, was in the long run, those setups specifically really really pulled up there once they got going. But that's just personal how it felt for me, at least when I was driving it. But
yeah, well, I had you and a couple of guys help me out with the setup the other night. And my previous setup, I was about 0.3 slower than another setup that somebody gave me. And then after I put in another setup for the same team that I'm working with, you gave me that setup, and I was a half a second faster. So
that
it all helps. It all helps.
Yes, I will say, even though obviously I love RYCO, the one that I know I gave you, they can be good sometimes. It was just I'll admit, very hit or miss sometimes, but they can be fire and good when we decide to be. I don't know. It's weird, but yes, I know the one I gave you. It can be good too, honestly. So
yeah. And the thing is there are so many different setup companies, and there are so many great.
We have RYCO, we have EPI, we have VRS, we have Majors, we have.
Yes, we do.
We have old school racing. We have there's.
Yep, and the thing is each setup suits every driver differently.
I'm not surprised by this right now to see Nishil and Mike at the front right now.
Well, Mike Barnett, he's been struggling. He's had some bad luck. There's been a lot of guys that have had a lot of bad luck in the series lately. And
the bad luck mostly for Mike has been that he usually gets an amazing run, and then he basically gets taken out in the last 10 laps and just absolutely sent just to oblivion.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate. It's it's Talladega, and when I got taken out of the truck race the other day, I mean, I know it wasn't intentional. And, at these super speedways, these cars bounce around so much, and in your sim rig, you are moving around, and it's so easy just to get into somebody, and that's what happened to me last week in the truck series, and I got turned up into the wall, and ironically, who was it? Eric Jones had a very similar crash to what my crash was. Obviously, he's in a rail race car. I'm in a truck, and also, he sustained a back injury, serious back injury. So
Jesus Christ! Also,
thank God,
one
thank
thing
God that I'm untalented.
Yeah. One thing I was also going to say was to also go back to that Nextel Cup Series race. I heard it ended very, as I put in the Discord, very historically accurate. I heard it on who won and everything. I heard it was very, very similar to how the real life one went probably back then.
Yeah,
to a degree. So
yeah, it was an absolute chaos ending. I had a ton of fun, and I'm looking forward to the next race.
I'm sure. I mean, these guys obviously next week they're going to go to Dover. Thank God I don't have to do Dover in the trucks. I could do it in officials, but no. So the fact that I don't have to do it in here, I will take that because oh boy. But also Corey Mott, he snuck it. Wow, Corey Mott stuck himself in there. He broke up the teammates there. He's gonna be on the front row with Chris there. So
yeah, that's
let's go ahead and bring up that grid there. Look at that. We have in the front row we have Corey Mott or Chris Burnham and Corey Mott, followed by Nishil and as you call him, Mr. Zoolander Mike there. 1 second. Let me get my camera. Where is it? The drone camera. So we were on the field. There we go. Okay. And then it's Nishil Campbell, our gold broadcasting buddy, who is going to be covering the Nextel Cup for the entire season, every Tuesday night. So he is the guy up in the booth for that. With Ben Lawson next to him.
Job.
Oh, he always does a good job.
Yeah. He's the man.
I have Cody Leach, followed by Jill Wright, then Stephen Menke and Stephen Carlisle. That's a mouthful. Too close to name Stevens there. Then Thomas Wolfe and Noah Nicholson. And then where's my grid button to go down to the next page? There we go. We have Mac Fabney and Zach Johnson there in the next row. Zander Short and Zach Saunders, followed by Vince Mitchell Rabbit and his teammate Caleb Uberman there. With Ryan Taft and Alan Phillips right behind him. Mr. Garth Griswold and his double O there. With Nic Vasquez, followed by Ray Gill and John Carr.
Yeah, Ray Gill is one of those guys we haven't really seen much this year.
And then we have, this looks like Tommy Carroll Jr., Trey Fraley, and his new 17 car tonight. Yep. He's debuting tonight. Jim Mott and Cameron Romano, Sam Bennett, and Robert Fraley. And then Paul Maziere and Jonathan Leger. I'm going to say it like that because that word fits. What do you say his last name? And then Charles Atwood, Jeremy.
Whoa, back up. John, that number 32 position, he's from New England, so I'm going to take a stab at it. Jonathan Lega.
Fair enough. Fair enough. And then we have Charles Atwood and Jeremy T-Bon, which that's a surprising sight to see. T-Bon joining us for the truck race, and I didn't know if we were going to ever see T-Bon again after some stuff that happened outside of the track, but he is back with us. I have Justin Bell and Daniel Jersa.
Yeah, and it's a packed field tonight, the full 36 cars, and unfortunately,
we're gonna have about 12 cautions most likely.
Yep, it's gonna be a lot, and nothing you can do about it. Welcome to Talladega.
Yep. But real quick, I'm gonna run. You know what? No, I ran the ad. No, I'll run the ad one more time probably before when we get going here. I'll wait a bit, but because I don't know if you saw, Bill, that we have a fancy video ad, as well as obviously the thing that I read off as well. But we have a fancy video ad for RYCO. Like it was definitely ran obviously during the truck race, but yeah, we have a fancy dancy video ad. For RYCO.
Yep, and we're going to show it. There's been a lot of changes in this league, and it's only growing and getting stronger and stronger, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, like I also pulled together that beautifully, quickly thrown together on the before our Tuesday or our truck race is when I pulled together the thing I'm using tonight to show the track and the ad at the same time. It's the most thrown together thing, but it works. It's clean enough, in my opinion.
Well, anything that anybody can do, because I certainly don't know how to do it, and I've been trying to learn, but it is just not easy.
I'll admit, I kind of took a template I already had from another overlay I've used for streaming in general, and then kind of basically tinkered with it a bit and made it look a little better. As you hear those drivers starting up their engines, I'm sure someone said start your engines over the radio, but obviously we can't hear it because I don't have that turned on. But tonight's also going to be a test to see if the blinking comes back, because we've been fine on other tracks, but tonight is going to be a test again to see how those cars handle. I also need to change one thing real quick on this, which you can't see it because you can't see it very well because I have made this absolutely tiny, but let me draw this down to back to the 20 that it always did before. There we go. Make that right there, and then we'll just shrink that way. Shrink it down. Okay, and then I'm gonna run the ad real quick here while we're pacing around. And I have it where they can't hear us right now either. so they can only hear the ad. So fancy like that. I found ways to make it fancy like that. Because the fact that it's a separate sound since it's a media file itself and everything, so fancy like that, yeah. Well, no, just I'm happy that I can get stuff like that to work. So yeah, well, it's there we go, and we're back there. Okay, it was only that little bit there, obviously, that I wanted to do that for, but we are obviously back and getting ready to go. Here is, where's my start finish line camera? There's the start camera. Alright. Oh, we're not there yet. Oh, we should be soon, I think. I believe we're coming around soon here. Obviously, these guys do have to start all the way at the end of the tri-oval here. Since this is how, you know, Talladega always is. They're still coming here. Ah, there they are.
Green, green, green.
We're going to go green, green, green here on the RYCO Performance 300. Started off with a good old crank it up segment here as always, because why not?
Does it come down that you know, we already see some I hope they're not thinking about 3 wide already, but
oh, that could be dangerous to do this early on.
I don't even want to see that, and unfortunately
I already saw someone down on the apron there, but looks like it's mostly okay otherwise. As they're coming around this turn here, I'm thinking, and they're coming out the exit 4 here, and then we will go with you as always. I'm going to get that race review going here. There we go. As we are going here. We got Corey Mott actually leading the pack at the moment with Mr. right by him, and awesome.
yeah,
Those 3 are taking off. All right.
it is, and you know, you got a couple of those guys with those real good setups, and they're already showing their hand. They're starting to run away already, and you don't really run away at Talladega, but you stay out there.
Yeah, but they didn't run away for long as the pack already caught back up to him there.
Yeah, and one thing I don't like is I'm seeing bump drafting already.
Yeah.
No reason to start bump drafting now.
No, not at all. But here we are. We got at least a 5 or 6 car line there on the inside, all linked up. I mean, Mike is straight up just locked into Corey's bumper right now. Like, he is not laying up at all, and he is just on him. I mean, if we go to the nose, you'll see that he was right on his bumper there, but he is not anymore. But as you see, he gets right back up there, and he is gonna just link right up with him as best he can there. But he has to also be careful because he can't let anyone get ahead of him there. You see Joe just bumps into him there. And they're going 2 wide. Oh, okay.
3 wide right
there.
there.
A little bit of a 3 wide there, yeah.
Yeah, you know, and this. You know, it's way too early to start doing that. Talladega is very wide, so you can't get away with it here, where Daytona, it's a no-no. But, man, you know, these guys, it's not 40, you just want to drive around and get to pit stops in the stages, because there is racing now, you're just asking for trouble.
Indeed.
And I understand that the points, you know, are worth it. We got a lot of points on the line, but you're not going to get a point on lap 5.
Rex, what's going on here? Why am I getting blinking? Oh no.
Oh no, that's it. I've noticed this happening in the podcast, especially on Twitch, when it comes to the NASCAR series.
Well, oh yeah, no, I saw that Leon was having some issues, but I think that's just because it's just these tracks are just not the best tracks in the world to try and render, and you just gotta be very, very particular with that. I mean, it looks like it's fine right now. I think because these guys are getting a little spread out, it's got a little bit better. And also, no surprise right there, you can see right there on the outside line, Mike Burnett and Chris, teammates, they're linked up on the outside line right there.
Yeah, I hope those guys are just thinking, just ride around because there's no need to race. I've already said it like 10 times this race, and I'm not going to say it. After that, you can have the drinking game going. Every time I repeat myself, you can have a drink as well, and that'll get you lit pretty quick.
Just gonna make it not. Just trying to make it not too loud because I'm trying to make sure I can actually hear him. But yes, it seems like okay. Well, it looks like my usual stuff I always do to set how it looks is doing fine right now in terms of actually being able to see everyone. But let's go a little bit back if we can. We see Cody dropping off there.
Yeah, maybe he just saw something. Those guys, I think they're seeing some guys getting away squirrely and they're just dropping back to the pack. I actually did that twice last night. I saw some guys just getting a little crazy and I just fell back.
Let me mess this up here. I'm gonna switch to the tower so I can see what I'm messing with here. Because I'm gonna see if I can. I'm gonna have to actually mess with some stuff here, like I normally don't, because usually everything I've set usually works enough. I have to make this a little bigger so I can actually take down a little bit on that. I'm gonna change that to 40. That way it's exactly how many cars there are, and maybe make this. Looks like, that would probably be why right there, because I left that at 30 instead of 20. That would be why. That would probably do it right there.
Oh boy, man, I just saw 4 wide for a second. It made my heart skip. Now we have 2 distinct lines coming down through the tri-oval.
Which, that's expected at Talladega. You're going to get some lines, obviously, that form, and then they're going to kind of just hold those lines. But the outside line, no surprise there that the outside line's got the speed, because sometimes it doesn't, but sometimes if you get the right car on the outside, you can get that outside line to absolutely chug past the inside, especially if the inside's not formed up, which, if we go to the chopper here, let's see if we can get the chopper in a little action before we want issue that. No, it wouldn't be chopper, okay. So if we look here, that out of the way, I think the inside line's just not formed up there. Well, it was.
No, I thought Mike Burnett was going to get left out to dry there by his teammate behind him.
No, I don't think Chris would have left him out to dry, though.
Yeah, it made my heart skip a little bit. Mike Burnett is due. Both of those guys. The top 3, the top 5, they're all due for a win.
I just try to keep it small, obviously, so we don't have a big iRacing logo in the way, but I need to apparently draw less than what I was expecting, so let's go with that, I guess. Do it like that, and then I think the reason why this is just being such a big pain is because also it is Talladega. And Talladega is going to be a pain as it always is. Because it's just...
Oh, there we go. It always blinks for a little bit and then it pans out pretty well. So
yeah, I think it's just... It doesn't help, obviously, with Talladega. We have everyone grouped up, so it does make it a little bit harder on my computer, I guess, to be able to see all the cars at once here. Goes better here as it seems like we calmed down a little bit.
Yeah, that seems to be doing well, and now that outside line seems to be working a little bit better. I was very comfortable the last 2 nights in the outside line in the Truck Series and in the Nextel Cup Series. The outside line just seemed to be, you're able to get more momentum off the corners.
See, if you look at that drone shot there, you can kind of see sort of just they look along. Whoa!
The yellow flag is out.
And I definitely can tell you what that caution was caused from. Is that was the lap car. I believe they were coming up on there, and that lap car is what caused it. Who that was exactly, I'm not sure, as I'm not getting information on who that was. But let's go ahead and go to the I think the chopper cam and see if we can't figure out who that was. It was that 28 car right there. Okay, so let me go ahead and pause it.
Let's see what happened.
It was the 28 car. Let me find him on my list here and get. That was Mr. Jonathan. So let's see what happened with Jonathan here. So he was on the outside, obviously letting everyone go by on the inside of him here. And it looks like he got scared, got maybe pinched up too high, and was scared, I guess, and thought he was going to hit the wall, which he inevitably did, which made him loose, and down he comes.
Yeah.
But it looks like, maybe for Noah that might not be the best because he looks like he kind of got me a bit of crinkle damage there, but I'd say that everyone didn't really get too much damage there. I think they all kind of maybe gave him a little bit of a light tap and then just kind of went on their day there.
They're going to have plenty of time to get those cars fixed. Now what they just want to do is hold on to the lead lap.
No, obviously I'm not sure in terms of how damage affects these cars compared to the trucks, but there was one caution that I got caught in the trucks where my right side rear was damaged, and I got told, oh yeah, it looks a little crinkled, but yet I was still at the front, obviously at the end. So
where is Papa Mott right now?
Where's Mr. Papa Mott? Where's this man at? Oh, he is showing us a lap down.
All right, I'm going to pull him up in the booth here. Hang on 1 second.
I got to switch over to radio so I can get our fancy bar back up here at the top.
Jim Mott's the boys in the booth. Do you have us?
Yes, sir.
First of all, Papa Mott, I just want to say I apologize to you last night. I was trying to come down a little bit, get a little side draft, and I ended up bumping you and took us both out of the race last night. We were battling for the win, a couple of old guys, and I apologize, my friend.
Oh, no worries. We were just both racing hard, trying to go for it, and I had a couple of issues myself last night, so it happens. It's racing. You know how it goes.
Yeah, it was. It's one of those races, but hey, we had a lot of fun, didn't we?
Oh, we did. That was great. I love those cars. I'm looking forward to Rockingham next week. And I really wish we would have went to those sooner at some point, but they're a lot of fun to drive.
Well, as you know, the president of this league can be stubborn sometimes. Is that correct?
Yeah, true. He's been lobbying for those cars for a year and a half now. People are like, no, they're no good. But I think people had a lot of fun. Those who survived, anyway.
We did. I had an absolute blast in them. They are fun, and this is a series that I'm very excited for. And unfortunately, I took myself and a few other guys out of the race. But hey, man, tonight, the race is early. It's only 13 laps in. You got plenty of time to come back, and I hope to see you out front tonight.
Yeah, I appreciate it, Bill. I wouldn't be back here, but I have my wrong setup for the start of the race, so had to start from the pits. That's the only reason we're back here like this now. So no damage or anything. I'm good to go. So just wait for a lucky dog.
All right, buddy. We'll see you at the end of this thing.
All right, thanks, Phil.
Cool.
I might need you to move him back to top tier. Move to.
Yes, you got it. You got it.
Just need to find it.
Oh, there it is. Oh, that. Did I move myself by accident?
I think I moved you to top tier.
I tried to move him, and I think you actually. Okay.
But I actually found it, and I ended up sending you there too, and now I lost your screen.
Oh, no, you're okay. There we go.
Oh, that's always something, But I am getting better at this stuff, and last night I talked about last night's race, and this Nextel Cup Series is a lot of fun. We had an absolute blast last night.
Oh,
really
for sure.
looking forward to the season, and
If anyone out there is watching and would like to join that, You know, you can. It's obviously it's running the old, the 2004, Nextel Cup schedule, hence the name. It's in the Gen 4 cars, and it's strongly encouraged that if you pick a number, you try to obviously maybe have the matching scheme from back then, obviously to make it look like the actual races from back then. If you can't, that's fine. But it's always nice to obviously have that, just so we can have it look like the races of then, obviously. So.
And also, we also have the ARCA series, which is another series that I run in, which is a lot of fun.
Tuesday
and,
on Sundays.
Looking forward to that next Sunday, and we've got a lot of racing coming up, and so if you want to be involved in moving chicanes, there's plenty of opportunity to race.
Yeah, we have the trucks, obviously they're open to all, and then the ARCA that's open to anyone under 2K IR, and then we have the Nextel Cup that's obviously open to anyone, and that's just, you gotta be ready to run the Nextel, the Gen 4 cars on, again, also the tracks of then as well. So that would mean that, like Tuesday was the old Daytona, so it will be the old, everything, old everything basically. So I'm gonna have to, okay, I'm gonna have to do this, I guess, a little bit differently than apparently as we go green here. This is just Talladega because it's such a big dang track that it just.
This is a holiday festiva, and I'll tell you why. Today is actually my birthday, so this is going to be a big show. And we're not noticing Mr. Burnett, Mr. Burnham, they just checked out right off the bat, and they brought Johnson with them. Johnson, who won last night, he's looking to do it again.
Let's see. So I've never had any obviously other problems, and now all of a sudden Dega happens, and now I'm having the lovely.
Happy birthday.
Lovely issues. Also, yes, the birthday. Yes.
My 6'2" son just came down and gave me a bear hug from behind, and then broke 3 ribs. So that was that giant exhale.
Trying to see if there's anything else I can close here, maybe.
No, but now we have 2 distinct lines. We've got a 5-car train on the outside, and we've got a 4-car train on the inside.
I'll take small trains like these because it means that I can actually show them without them blinking. So, this is fine with me. As I say that, okay.
It's just going to clear up. We're going to wish it away, and these guys are not doing too bad out here. If you think about last night's race, it was caution filled as soon as we had the first one. But now, these guys are getting ready. They're coming up on their, thinking about their stage pit stops. That's what these guys are trying to reach right now. Matter of fact, Austin, how many laps can you get out of one of these cars?
I'm not sure exactly on this. I mean, obviously, I feel like with Dega, it's going to be. I think it's definitely going to be a lot more than what you think, but oh my gosh, I'm trying to think of anything else. I'm getting a little sidetracked on trying to figure out if there's anything else I can mess with here that might fix this here. I'm trying to see if there's anything else I can mess with
I noticed Corey Mott. Everybody's been having trouble with this.
Well, so it's like it's only this. It's this track specifically because it's like this track is just something basically.
Listen, Daytona.
These are the two tracks because obviously we had the same problem, during Daytona. So I think it's just that this track just does not like anyone trying to stream it. I don't think it seems like. Oh, it clears up there. Yeah, wow. Okay, thanks. I was gonna mess with. I got that set to minimum. That set to minimum.
Hey, is your internet hardwired, or are you?
Yeah, I'm hardwired. Yeah.
Okay.
And no, it's not. It's not that because I'm hardwired, so it's not. It's not that either. I'm just see if there's anything else I can maybe mess with here. But now they're obviously working fine now, so that's I just need to shut up about that, don't I? Because every time I say that, it just. So let's see. What's that going to do to the look of it? That does nothing because it's a replay, so it doesn't affect it. Okay. Let's try and turn that off and that off. Oh wait, sorry. Actually, turn this off and this on. What does that do? Like, are the grandstands going to look abysmally empty now?
Well, it is a NASCAR race.
Yeah, but it's Talladega, so that's what it's like. Yeah, but let's just see here. Let's see. Because it's looking fine now. There's just no grandstands, huh? I didn't even turn grandstands. Okay, there they are. Oh, yeah, they're just empty. Okay, if it means that it'll run, then it's going to have no people in the stands. That's what it's going to be.
Right. It's a throwback to 2020, folks.
As we're going to try to jump back up to the front of the field where there's too many cars and it's going again. Lovely. It's trying. It's severely trying. It's if we get a caution, I think there's a setting that I turned off that didn't stay off or something. I think that could also be
you know how you have to reboot certain things and
yeah, because there's this segment here, foliage, that was still on.
Yeah.
And it only is obviously affected after you exit. So if we get another caution, well, not if, but when we get another one, I'm going to run the ad full screen during that time and restart the sim to get that saying off, because I'm thinking that foliage plays a huge part in also this as well. But now it's just magically fine. So.
Well, notice who's in third place right there. The number 22 car, Nic Vasquez. He was our Daytona winner, and he told me to keep an eye on him tonight
also,
because he was going to.
If it would show it, we have a Steve Menke that obviously was also on the bumper there of Zander, but by the time I show it, he's off the bumper. So it's whatever.
Yeah, it won't take long, and he'll be right back up there, but. Nic Vasquez actually spotted for me for a little while the other night in the truck race, and it wasn't until after he left that I got involved in that big crash. So, thank you very much for him. I appreciated it, and he did a heck of a job.
So I hope everyone's loving that beautiful logo we have for this race. You can't really see it up there very well, but yeah, it obviously says the RYCO 300. It's a very beautiful logo to complement this tower. As I'm going to go back to the other thing now, that everything seems to be fine.
Yep. And look at who's coming down the bottom. It is Corey Mott in that one car on the bottom lane, and did he just catch up to them?
So I think I'm realizing the tower is the way to go at this point. Never mind. Wow.
Corey's got again. Yeah. Corey Mott has a fast race car down below.
Oh, there we go. There's her.
He's got Johnson behind him.
There's the need of caution, but let's see what happened here. Maybe if he'll show me without Robert Fraley there, and then I believe he got turned by the invisible car that we don't obviously see there because my thing obviously was messing up there, but it looks like he did get turned by a car there. from what we could see, obviously before it blinked out, it looks like the 12 car. Oh yeah, I can tell you right now. I can guess that 12 car I think spawned in there. So.
That's not great.
But what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and throw up the full screen ad real quick so I can get this done real quick. So we will be right back while I reach out to Sam and we'll let this ad run real quick here. So this gives me a chance to do it. So. My sim did not load up fast enough, guys, so you're going to see a bit of a black screen for a second here because otherwise if I go to the other thing that shows the track cam at the same time, you get the ad a second time over. So you're going to sit here with a bit of a black screen for a minute here because my sim did not load fast enough at all, which is just my luck. And let me see here. Oh, also I see. Oh, I just now saw your message about that truck. I love the. I love the the license plate there. All right, we're back up here, maybe.
Yeah, that's just a tease of my truck for next week.
We might be good to go here, possibly. Let me go ahead and close this out again. Pull this up to be a little bit bigger so I can see it better. And we're gonna go ahead and make sure that all that stuff is how it should be. Yep. Okay. Set to minimum. That's off. I think everything else is. I mean, that's already off, so it's not going to affect anyways because it's already off. Yeah. And I think this is what I really got to mess with. I don't know how it, like the other one really messes with it, but this is what it feels like I need to mess with that specifically for it to be not like a problem. But I'm going to shrink this back down, put that back like that. Go back over here, take off the ticker, show off the tower. As we are on lap 26, which means we... Oh, wait, did we? Oh, that was what the caution was. Never mind.
Yeah, that was...
I think... Well, I mean, there was a wreck also that probably caused it, but that was supposed to be the caution right there anyway, so that was probably stage... when that caution happened. But we have no idea what the top 10 were because I obviously was... switching this out, so I don't have the results obviously from before that, so I'm not sure who was top 10 there.
Yeah, right, but I'll tell you what, I gotta run upstairs. I can hear my dog barking, so I'll be right back, my friend.
I would love to figure out who was top 10 on that. That would be great to know, but because I want to pull up the stage winner obviously. But anyone have any idea who was at the front of that when that caution for the stage came out? You want to have insight on that because I would love to know so I can talk to them. But I was too busy, obviously, taking that chance to fix my thing that I did not catch who was our stage winner per se. But we do have Corey Mott up here at the front, looks like. Next to Mr. I believe that was Mr. Zander. Indeed, it is Mr. Zander. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, well, I guess we won't get the stage run there because I didn't catch what it was before I quickly,
Green flag, green flag.
as we're gonna go green, green, green here again. I promise you guys there's not just few cars, I just had to run the safe bet of bringing the fewest amount of cars for the sake of hoping that maybe it would not lag out, but we're gonna risk it a bit here. We're gonna draw 20 and 4. There we go. We'll draw a couple more cards so you guys can see more. Draw minimum, just above minimum on pits as well, but
It still started acting up again, huh?
no, I'm just, because it's doing good, I decided I was going to go ahead and risk it a bit and try to be able to render a few more cards on the screen. But we got Zander short, leading me well ahead inside line. I mean, oh my gosh, you look at, like, looking back here, you got all these cars on the outside line that are just going with the outside line being led by Corey Mott, but it is just not going anywhere right now. But maybe Corey wants that. Maybe he wants these guys to, you know, burn up their fuel, burn up their, you know, tires, all that stuff, and let them, you know, run out their stuff early on here. Whereas, you know, he's just going to chill in the back here, kind of watch us all go on, and yeah.
That inside lane is really starting to take over, and which was surprising because the last couple of nights it's been the exact opposite.
Because you look at this and you can see. I believe if we look at who's the last person on that inside line, I believe it's Ray. It was Joe Wright, but now it's Ray Gill. And Ray Gill is a whole like 78, almost a whole second off of Zander. You know, obviously all the way in the back there, and you know, Corey isn't too doing much better either. Corey's a whole second behind Zander. So that outside line, just like you said, they are just doing the very opposite of what we're used to seeing. They are just not getting the run.
No, but you know what? Give it some time. Those guys will get together and start forming up, and they'll catch right back up to the front. You know, I noticed Corey's getting a little impatient back there, and it's only lap 31. He's just settled down. These guys should only be thinking about making it to the next stage, and that is the only priority. I understand points are worth it, but you're not going to collect any bonus points by finishing dead last in a crash.
I mean, we know how important bonus points are because, again, to go back to, you know, to the truck race. I mean, I think it was a 7th and a 6th place, like stage 1 and stage 2 finish. I still finished 7th in the race, and I still was 3rd. So you obviously want to win the race, but also even just getting good in the stage while not pushing it too hard can even net you a good finish even at the end. So I mean, like, these guys are gonna push, but they only really push obviously where it matters, and then after that just kind of ride out, let everyone else burn their tires, burn their fuel, and by sheer luck of, you know, just being, whoa, as Alan Phillips got pushed, who was the 3 car of Ben Lawson down there, and they both lost the draft severely there.
Yeah, but you know what? They can hook up together and they can catch up. that's the best bet right there, is try to attach themselves to those cars going past. And
Look at that, we got a 3-car link up right there. I mean, if we go down to the nose here of Steven Menke, you can see that, yeah, obviously he is just linked up to that bumper of Zander Short there with the 22 car of Nic Vasquez, you can see right there, very closely right behind.
Ducks Unlimited.
Ducks Unlimited, yes.
Running to the car.
So you can see he's got a couple cars right behind him there. I don't know why I went to that camera. There we go. Let me see, is there a better camera I can get here? Some of their stuff that they're going through.
Man, how about it's good to see Menke up there too.
Yeah, I got Menke. He was having a good truck race, and then a lot of stuff didn't go his way there.
Yep. That's how it is on Super Speed. You just kind of got to go into it with a Hail Mary.
If we go on the gearbox, obviously not gearbox, or is it where is it? The roll bar. Yeah, the roll bar right there. You can obviously see, kind of what these drivers are. Well, not what they're seeing. This is kind of more just inside. This is what they're seeing. This is with Steven Menke as he's riding right behind Zander Short there. And we can even, I believe, if I pull it up here and show it. Oh, that's right, I forgot. Wrong thing. There we go. They're going almost 200 miles an hour down the trioval here. And I bet if we went back even farther into the pack, yep, you can probably see as we go farther back in the pack that, the guys who are farther back, they are going absolutely even more faster than that. Just because they're getting all the draft.
We saw some speeds last night at over 200 miles an hour in the Gen 4 cars. So those things are not easy to hold on to at 204 miles an hour. As you see, Cameron Romano, he's working that outside lane. He's moving up. He's in, 4th or 5th spot right now.
Yeah, looks like they're about that, yeah. Guys, obviously, not a lot of them pitted on that stage caution. So, I guess that shows us that these guys can get through and fuel a lot of laps because not a lot of them have pitted yet.
Nope, they didn't, and that was kind of one of the things that we saw last night. You don't really need tires here, and it's just a fuel thing.
Also, no shock, but what did I tell you? Turn off that foliage actually helps. So that means that we can make the stands look full again.
And for those people at home, tires are the round things that are on the car. That's what we call them.
Okay. Well, all right then. Fair enough. That's a good one. So.
Well, do you know what khakis are?
Khakis, yes. I just call those casual dress shorts.
Dress shorts? What are you talking about? That's what you use to start your car.
Oh my god! I wasn't thinking like that. That's on me.
Gotta go get your khakis. As you see, who's that just fell back there? There he is in the back. He saw somebody squirt.
Whoa!
Oh boy, that's what he saw.
We're going a little 30 wide here, but they've cleaned it up a bit.
I'm not sure who that was, but they must have seen something in the front that scared the heck out of him because he fell back about 10 spots just to kind of stay safe.
One thing also to talk about is we have Nishil there, obviously in his good old that's Molson Coolers, 9 or 61. Zach, right, not too far ahead of him there. No, actually, right in front of him. Both those guys ran the next Tail Cup last night, I believe. Correct?
Yep.
I can't remember where they finished, but I do know that both of them ran it because when I was tuning in a little bit to see what was going on, I saw their names pop up. So
after that finish, I don't know who finished anywhere because it was. So man,
you think it was a Talladega finish, huh?
it was definitely a battle royale at the last 600 yards.
Oh, I'm gonna risk this here for a second. We're gonna see if we can, we can draw more cars here. I'm gonna take this risk. We're gonna see if we can draw more cars, get you guys a little bit more of the field showing here. You know, knock on wood, it seems fine right now, but that's good. So let's go ahead and switch back to the gold ticker here. As we're on lap 40, we're only 10 laps away from that second stage here, and it's looking like the way things are sitting right now, unless the inside line gets the run that they're kind of getting right now, it might be Mr. Corey Mott that would get this stage the way if we were to call it right at this second, because he is violently leading that outside line right now.
He is, and it wasn't that long ago I said that those cars were struggling to get that line formed up. They were about 15 car lengths behind. Now that outside lane is caught right back up.
We got some shuffling going on. That is,
man,
you never want to see shuffling at Talladega. I don't want to shuffle myself around on this track anymore after that truck race, but
Whoa, that 6 car and that 38 and getting hard to handle in the front of the track there, the bump drafting, and doesn't take much to cause trouble.
Oh, but it looks like he gave him a good enough bump, and he is just gone now. Zander is flying, if you will, now.
Pushed him way out there. Now that outside lane is starting to work further out front, and on the inside is Corey Mott, who was on the outside. Lap 42 now, and I don't want to say it, but there's only been one caution, and these guys are holding it straight, and now we're coming up on a lap car there. He's going to go high, and he just barely skimmed that outside wall.
Let's look back further back in the pack here. See how everything's going here. They're just kind of doing what you expect here at Talladega. They're just kind of in their lines and doing their thing.
That's what you hope, is they stay in their lines, and you just want to survive to the end of this thing.
Oh, yeah. We didn't do it on the last restart. Once they get back around to the start-finish line, I'm gonna do another crank it up, because we didn't do that on the last restart, obviously, and we need to give you guys some more beautiful sounds of the cars zooming by. So when they get back around to the start-finish line, I'll hit you with the gold crank it up here.
When you get back in a little bit of midfield, you're seeing some guys that you're not used to seeing towards the back.
Oh, it's working beautifully since I can actually render more of the cars too.
That's really nice. Found the magic potion, and that front pack is just side by side. One car dropping down from the top to take over the lead in the front.
And there you go. There's our crank it up with the nice loud sound of those next gen cars are revving there. to do it once in a while because, you know, that's the only thing else that sounds just like in your life is the sound of those cars revving by those engines or by those cameras. Ugh. Looks like Zach Johnson right now is currently leading. Not sure, he's kind of snuck in there, but he's ahead of Corey Mott right now on the inside line there.
Zach Johnson, the big winner last night from Green Bay, Wisconsin. He's fighting with Zander Short. Zander Short on the outside lane, and those two youngsters going at it side by side on either end of the track, it seems.
Let's see if I go and use it, it's going to look weird. No, it's not good. Okay. So what we're going to do is let's go to Zander, and then let me get my camera here, and you can see obviously, yeah, they're running side by side ish. Currently, Zander and the outside line all of a sudden have got a crazy bit of momentum going. As you can just see right there that, yeah, that Zach has just gone, but that inside line, obviously you get the momentum on the inside going through the turns, so it's not a surprise to see them getting it back, but it's just going to be a back and forth. And the straightaways, it seems like outside line has it, and then it's just a given for inside line to have it on the turns. So it's going to be back and forth as well. He decided to slide in a bit there towards Garth Griswold. He's another name we haven't talked too much about, but yet here he sits at the front with a lot of these guys that are typical front pack leaders. Whoa! Corey getting a little squirrely there, caused a couple guys to check up onto the outside there.
No, he's going to get hung out there in the middle, which is where you don't want to be, and I know that's not where he wants to be.
And look at that, we see all those cars just going, nah, we're not helping you, Corey, sorry.
No, they're going to let him fall back a little bit, which is a smart move if you're racing against Corey Mott. Slide him back, shuffle him back as much as you can.
He's the points leader right now, so yeah, these guys do not want to let him be at the front, obviously, as much as they can help it. We are on lap 48, which means we are soon to hit that stage caution. I believe, will we get someone that we have not seen get a stage win before? Are we going to see someone like that tonight? I mean, right now, it's someone that we've only seen. A lot of the guys in the front are ones who we usually see get stage wins here. You know, Zander Short, Nic Vasquez, Joe Wright, Zach. I don't know about Joe Wright, but Zach Johnson. But if Joe can sneak his way to the front, I believe that would be the first time he's ever gotten a stage win in this series. If he can sneak his way somehow past the two guys in front of him.
That's just one of the few stories that we have out front here. That 8 car, he's got a lot of confidence in him after last night, and he's showing just how good he is. Look at him go up there. He's for the 3rd spot, and these guys are starting to get a little squirrely.
And right now, I mean, it's at least the last place battle for stage points is technically at this point really between Cody Leach, Sam Bennett, and Thomas there. But actually, you know, Menke's kind of it's technically between yeah. Actually, at this point, it's, well, I don't know. It's changed around so much, could not tell you. But we are coming to lap 50 here, which means after this, it will be our stage caution. They have to make it through, obviously, lap 50 here. I believe, yeah, they're going to make it through lap 50, and then we'll get the stage caution. So, but right now, at this moment, the way it sits, the person that would be getting 10th right now is Corey Mott in stage points. And never mind. It's
Oh, look out down below. Oh, man.
Looks like we have gotten quite the mix-up here. Is now all of a sudden, it looks like I'd say, let me be ready to pause this here as we get the stage caution here.
I think we might have a regular caution coming up the way these guys are fighting for these extra bonus points. And
so, let's see, as soon as we see that caution, that's what I'm going to, I believe, right there. Okay, so if we lock that as is, that would be if I can get a better camera angle here, maybe. Because that should have been them crossing obviously the flag at 10 or at the caution. So
The 66 car would be the last one, right?
if we're okay, so let's see. Let me
Oh,
go.
nope, it would not be the 60. It looks like it might be the 61 or the one car.
Let's see, because if we go, let me go forward here a bit. Let's see, let me move the name box out of the way here, so I can see my buttons better. So that's me going backwards. Okay, so let's see. So it would be we have the 8, the 22, the 38, the 15, the 91. There's 9, the 94,
Yeah.
the 37, the 6, the 47, and then Nishil. Because if you look at the start-finish cam, it looks like Nishil would be the last one.
Just beat out Corey Mott for the last point.
Right there. Because if I go back to Chopper, yeah. Because he's getting to that finish line. Yeah. So Nishil is the last one for stage points there. But the winner of the stage is Zach Johnson. But I'm sure Corey is not happy about that right there with how that just panned out there. But let's I've gotten flack for not getting stage caution or stage wins because I always miss them. But let's actually get Mr. Zach Johnson up here in the booth and then ask him about how he feels about that. I guess that stage. Then where's Mr. John? There's Mr. Zach Johnson. Let me grab him real quick. Let me move him up here real quick. Hey, Zach, it's the guys up in the booth. You hear us?
Yeah, I gotcha.
Congrats on that stage win there, bud. It was quite the fight from everyone behind you there to try and see who could, I guess, get to where they could in the points then. But
yeah.
Me and Bill thought there was going to be maybe a regular caution about to happen there with how some of the guys were racing there. Jeez.
Yeah, it was intense, but me and Corey stuck together that entire stage, and we made it back up there to the front. So I kind of blew my pit stop here though, so we're going to be a little farther back in the field, but that's okay.
Yeah, but I was looking actually because I paused it right as the caution came out. I don't think Corey got the stage, and I'm sure he's not too happy about that.
Nah, he got forced 3 wide there, and he told me just to go, just leave him, just go. So
yeah.
I know Joe tried to force, or Joe, I don't know if he tried to, but he did force me 3 wide on the top, and Zander ended up staying with me up there. He was in front of me, so I just shoved him all the way up to the front, cleared the field, and then I went from there and did what I do, and I got up to the front.
Well, good job getting up to the front and getting that stage win. So.
Yeah, top tier stage sweep. Just so everybody's aware.
How's the car feeling, and how's the lap feeling? Or how's the fuel feeling?
Well, we're full on fuel now, so we got about 38 laps here. Fuel. Just so you know. Just so you know.
I was wondering what the fuel mileage was in these cars. So.
Yeah.
Okay. That's.
Yeah. So.
That explains why people didn't pit on the first stage then.
Yeah. Car's perfect though, so.
Well, that is good to hear then. So,
well, it's good to hear unless you're his competitor. So it's not what you want to hear. But you're driving with some great confidence tonight. It's good to see you running out front the way you are.
Thank you, I appreciate it. Super speedways are my biggest strength here, and it's obviously showing now. Third place and first place in the state, so good points.
Oh, there you go.
Hey, Zach, a girl with a cowboy hat, you going to swipe right or left?
If she's blonde, I'm swiping right.
Okay, you just lost a lot of followers, my friend. But hey, good luck to you, man. Go out there and get up. Let's see you at the end of this thing.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Let's see how this top here. Just got to make sure I got the right thing here. There it is. Okay, there we go. Okay. Well, gonna put that, go ahead and put that caution thing I had to use here as well, because we gotta get in the caution, or gotta get in the ads, obviously. So.
Well, let me see you go ahead and run that commercial if you want, because I have to make an adjustment to my headphones and sound system here.
Sounds good. Then I will run that thing then. Oh, there we go. Okay, now it's... Did I run the wrong part of that? I think I was trying to run the... I think I didn't run the double side by side thing. Oh yeah, I did run the wrong one. Okay. Oh well. It's whatever. As we're about to go green already here, as we're gonna get that starter cam up here and go and go to the empty view here real quick. As we are gonna go green once again for the rest of this race. As Barney is gonna wave that green flag as we're going to start the third stage of the RYCO Performance 300 here at Talladega Super Speedway. We're on turn 1 here. And they're coming down the backstretch here. Nicely double file here. We always love to see some clean double file runs here coming down the road here. So coming through, I believe this is 3 and 4, and then they're coming out of 4 right here. And go back into that race view just like that. Boom. As we start lap 55. No, it's 56, my bad. Zach Johnson, the guy that, the driver we just talked to that obviously won the stage, he's leading that inside line with Zach Saunders right behind him, but Bill's man that he talked about, Mr. Cody Leach, is leading that ever so moving outside. No, scratch that. It's just Cody and Nick at the front by themselves right now. As they're just linked up and they're going. The inside and the outside line can't catch them. These guys are just by themselves. Who would have thought 2 cars by themselves could be absolutely just zooming right now? I'd love to see it though. You'd love to see the quality of this going right now, that's for sure. Well, this has been quite the race. Let's as I look away for a little bit, and I see that these two have now gotten caught back up by the field. As we have Mr. Zander short there on the inside. Those 2 guys, they're just something else right now. They are something else. much else to say right now. Oh,
Caution, yellow flag.
as I just heard a car, I would love to figure out what happened there because I did not see. Oh, whoa, wait, whoa. Was it? Oh, was it the 3 car? Let's see. Let's go to the chopper here. No, it was not that. It was actually a couple cars behind them. I believe that was. Well, it looks like there's Noah Nicholson there. Let's get the far chase on that. And go zooming back a bit. Let's see what happened there. So we have. They're going 3 wide back here. We have Noah, and I believe that is the 26th car of Robert Fraley on the outside there. And Noah's just kind of coming down the middle right here. Robert comes down and just takes Noah out. He just clips his back quarter there and just sends Noah into the wall, sends him spinning there, as you can see. And luckily, everyone else avoided it. No one else got hurt. Sadly, Noah's the only one that actually got any damage out of that because Robert really didn't even gain much damage tonight. I mean, he kind of smacked Noah, but that's about all she wrote there. I mean, he just kind of kept going. I think maybe he lost his front bumper there, but otherwise, Noah just... Yep, Noah is in pits, which is... You hate to see it, but not surprising after what just happened there.
Very hard impact suffered by Noah. Very hard impact. Can you hear me now, Austin?
Oh gosh, now I had Discord turned up so I could hear you, and now I got to turn you down. Holy cow!
Oh, sorry about that.
Now you're too down. Now you're too loud.
Unfortunately, I forgot to plug my headphones in while I was away, and they just died on me. So
it's
I had to make
actually louder than your, it's louder than your other headphones you were using. So
really, well, right now I'm just using my phone. That's it.
So it's definitely louder than the other stuff. So
all right, maybe I'll back away from my phone just a little bit. I'm loud enough as it is. You don't need me even louder than what I already am.
No,
and there's a guy we haven't much. Right there, Thomas Wolf. Where has he been today?
He has been. I mean, he looks like he's kind of stayed about where he qualified. He's in the 11th, and he's not moved up or down. But I mean, hey, that's not the worst thing in the world. I mean, I hate to say it, Bill, but we have yet to have the big one, and maybe Thomas is hoping that he can just survive right there and kind of in the middle, and hope that the big one happens, and he can just cruise on by to maybe to a podium or a win.
Yeah, look who's behind him. Cameron Romano. He's another guy. He's been up. He was in the back for a while. He started in the back. He's moved up 16 spots, and he's been staying out of the mix tonight. And, same thing with Menke. Menke we've seen out front a couple of times, and he has a strong car. A lot of guys we don't normally see towards the front tonight, and it's really good to see.
But isn't that what I said at the beginning of the race? That Dega is one of those tracks that brings out the people you don't see at the front to the front. But Grant, we've seen Cody's towards the front here a lot. Towards the more recent tail end of the season. Nick is a resident front pack person. So is Zander. But Joe Wright and Sam Bennett, those are two guys that we don't see at the front a lot usually. So yeah, those are definitely some guys and Nishil Condoor as well. So that's at least 3 guys that we usually do not see at the front. That just because of the nature of Dega, these guys have found themselves at the front here, battling with people that, like I said, we usually do see at the front, like Corey, Steven, Zach, Zander, Nick, Cody.
Well, there's one guy in particular that I've been rooting for all year long, and I've waiting for his first win. And I'm not going to say his name because of the old announcer's curse, but
Mr. Cody Leach.
yeah, I called him the other night in the chat room. Was it last night or the night before? And we're all in the garage area, and I said he was my pick for tonight's race. So we'll see what happens. And I don't want to mention his name. I don't want to mention anybody's name after the things that have been happening with the announcer's curse.
Yeah, also, funny enough, we and you missed it obviously because it was before you hopped in the booth here with me. But obviously, there's that layer that always gets wrote up about the talking points and stuff like that for each race. And funny enough, there was no fan pick because we don't have a crystal ball up here, so we don't know who's going to win this. So we can't really give a fan favorite because it's Talladega. There's no fan favorite to this race. It's just hope you survive, hope you're at the front, and that's it.
Yeah, it is a survival game, and that's what I tried to do in last night's race. If you watched last night's race, I hung out towards the back of the pack the entire night. There was one point where, I think there was only 15 or 16 cars on the lead lap or something like that, but that's as close as I got to the front to the very end of the race, and that's when I unfortunately took out Papa Mott, and oh, man. But anyways, here we go, green flag, and we see my man Cody Leach getting pushed out front by the 22 car and the 18 behind him, and they're going to link up.
We got 38 there, and 37. So yeah, we got the 15, 22, 38, 37, and then the 97 right there as well.
Yeah, these guys out outside. Wow, man, did they get a jump and a half on that? That's one of the biggest leads we've seen from either lane tonight. And those four cars have just taken off.
Well, I think it was whenever you were all fixing your headset, but Nick and Cody actually on the last restart from the stage caution, they were out there by themselves, just a duo, well ahead of the pack for a bit before the rest of the pack caught up. So
I did miss that. Yep, I definitely did.
We saw those two on the stage caution just absolutely send it away from everyone there.
Yeah, but we had another guy doing that the other night, and he almost won the thing in the truck race, and now he's up in the booth calling it. And that's how you were getting the other night with your restarts.
What can I say? The setup was fire for the trucks. when one of us led, we led during the truck race when one of us was leading. So, what can I say? RYCO is fire in the trucks, but that's just me. So,
did you see what Zander Short just did?
No.
Zander Short had a run on the outside lane, and he snuck down and went in front of the 7 car. But Zander had a bunch of momentum behind him, and he shot in front of the 7 car, and now he's pulling that bottom line with all the momentum he had. And now they're neck and neck going down the back straightaway at nearly 200 miles an hour, and they're about 15 cars deep on either end.
Looks like Cody's trying to block both lanes there. I can tell you from experience, buddy, that ain't going to work.
Yeah, and you know what? And he almost made the same mistake you did last night, the other night, is he hesitated. You cannot hesitate. You have got to make that move, and that's something I want to see more out of that number 15 car. I want to see a little more aggression when it comes to taking the lead and bouncing things around. And when you make a decision, make your decision. You're either going to stay high or you're going to go low. There's no in the middle. And now you see him settled in, and they're both cranking, him and Nic Vasquez in the 22 car on the outside.
And I see a couple of cars we're going to talk about for a while. They're making a move on the outside there in the form of Mike and Chris. They're kind of doing what they did during the truck race. They're going to try and make a pass on the outside, make a third line here against the wall, and see if they can't make a pass here. It did work for them really well during the truck, so we'll see if they can't use that speed and momentum on the outside here with, I believe that's Ben Lawson and Justin Bell right behind him.
Well, I don't know, but Zoolander called up like Tarzan and pounded his chest, and now he's got his teammate behind him and a few other cars, and they're making that outside lane work out of nowhere. And you know what? Those teammates, they got sick and tired of riding the back of that pack, and man, here they come.
Well, yeah, they didn't get anything really in terms of stage points. So these two are probably just like, you know what? Fine, we're gonna go and get up here now. You know, and look at that! Wow, they absolutely cleared the field.
15 car just made a mistake. The 15 car moved a little bit too close to that outside lane, and it stalled his forward momentum. And it allowed the outside lane to shoot forward. And now look at him. He's back in about 10th spot, but give it a couple of laps. He's going to be right back in the front.
And you know, obviously, how in these cars, and really with any cars, but especially with the next gens, side draft can be a terrible thing for the person that is trying to not be passed, but great for the person trying to pass, because side draft can work in your favor sometimes, especially if you're the one trying to pass.
Yeah, and you know what? It didn't work for me last night, and I ended up taking out Papa Mott. And, you know, every car is different. These cars handle so much differently than the Gen 4 cars, but we keep talking about it because the Gen 4 cars were so much fun the other night at the Super Speedway. And now we're coming back to this track, and we've got these guys battling, and there's 3 distinct lanes coming now, and you know what? That outside lane is stalled out a little bit, but give it a few minutes. And did I see Mr. Mott in front of that lane now?
Let's see. Let me look and see here.
Yeah, I think they kind of settled back in back there.
Corey. You're talking about Corey. Wrong Mott.
No, it is not Corey. Okay, I thought I saw him out on the outside.
No, that's who is that? Is that the 6 car? So that's Mr. Menke.
Oh, that's Mr. Menke.
With Nishil right behind him.
Yep.
And where's Zach in all this? Zach's just riding that inside line right now.
Yeah, he is. And you know, those 2 guys running together on the outside lane, they're starting to make it work a little bit.
I'm thinking, honestly, I think if you have either and this is obviously going a little bit back to obviously the sponsor of the race too, but I think I'm going to take advantage of that either if the pusher or the leader of the one being pushed is running RYCO at this point, when they're by themselves, it feels like they are able to catch up, because Nishil was giving Steven a good push there, but I bet you if Nishil was in front of Steven, that those 2 would be easily catching up to the front, just like Mike and Chris did earlier.
Well, just to let you know about those RYCO setups, I ran one today in my truck, and I was fast.
For what track?
I'm not going to tell you what track, but I'll tell you what. Bill the Masshole is angry after last week's truck race. I had a very good car, and it was just a simple mishap. And when you see my new truck, you're going to see that it's a little bit angry. And I'm ready. I'm ready to race, and I'm ready to be a little more aggressive.
Hey, you know you can tell me. I'm not going to obviously say on the broadcast. I'm just curious myself. So
yeah. Well, it's going to be. Oh, it's going to be. I sent you a teaser. And
oh, I thought you said you ran RYCO the other night. I was like, I don't think you did.
Nope. I ran a different setup the other night.
I know which one you ran, but also, in us talking here, it looks like Nishil kind of decided he was going to drop back here in line with Mr. Caleb.
Yeah, smart move by Nishil, because those guys in the front still getting a little bit too squirrely for his liking, and there's a ton of racing left, so he's just sliding back, maybe save a little bit of fuel. You can't save fuel back there. So yeah, I like his maneuver, man. This is what I did last night. Just hang in the back and let everybody else crash.
Yeah, that's kind of what it feels like is the best move, really. I mean, but it looks like, you know, we got 2 distinct kind of like lines, obviously, again here, but we got Mr. You know, we got teammates of Mike and Chris there with Justin right behind him, which I think I mean, obviously I'm not going to say, but I think I have inside info on what setup, Justin might be running, I believe, unless I'm incorrect, but I'm not going to, say what it is, but to see that he was riding along with Mike and Chris there was not surprising with the knowledge I know. So...
Well, if you look down below, you've got the 3-car being pushed by Nic Vasquez. Now, Nick the other night was saying in the chat room that he was very confident coming into this race, and he said, "Watch for some fireworks." So keep an eye on that 22 car.
We got a modified car up there in the form of a lap car that's I think it disappeared. Well, he must have gotten off the track or something because he is not on the screen anymore, but he was there. But
yeah, he disappeared.
I think I don't know if Mike and them are pushing too hard now, but also the problem that they kind of have is they don't got too much of a formed line back there. They got Joe and Cody, but Joe and Cody, I don't think they can really keep up with how Mike and Chris are doing right now. So it kind of is making that whole outside line not really be too formed up because they can't get the rest of them to get behind them too well. I mean, you see that gap there between Chris and Cody. It's just, and then between Cody and Joe, it's just if that line could get a little more packed together, I think they could get ahead of that inside line again.
That gap is so big, even Knievel wouldn't want to try to jump it, and that's exactly what the problem is. They do need to get up closer. But now you see Cody going the outside line with the entire boogie train, and they're going to leave the RYCO teammates hung out to dry in the middle.
No, they said, all right, you guys don't want to push us, then we're going to go in the line that works then.
Yeah, smart teammate by those two. Zander knows what he's doing. We talk about him all the time out front, and it's about time he wins one.
Yeah, because he obviously always gets wrecked towards the end, so... But yeah, no, not surprising to see that they basically were like, well, if you guys are going to leave us high and dry, then, we'll just, drop into the line that works and stay in the lead, basically. Or not in the lead, but at least stay in the top 10 here. So...
Look at that bottom line this time, and that outside line with Cody Leach in the front, they're not really that far behind. All it takes is a little checkup, and they're going to be far out front. And I think everybody's just kind of being safe right now. It's what it looks like, and it's exactly what they need to be. We've gone green for a long time, and, you say a long time. 10 laps is going green for a long time here in Talladega.
Oh, for sure. For sure. Now we have this nice little view here. As you see, Joe is right on the bumper with Cody there.
Yeah, that's a bump draft a little bit too hard.
I hate to say this because just maybe this sounds a little bit biased, but it's kind of funny that the line's now formed up. Once Chris and Mike dropped out, now the line's all of a sudden kind of forming up here. But,
that could be just learning their lessons. And, that 37 car, it's really not the time to bump draft right now. And now he's starting to stay off the car a little bit. But that third car in line, you see him just stepping out just a tiny bit, and that's slowing down that line. Just that little much. But his water temperature, these cars, I know it's iRacing, but the water temperature is something you need to watch out for. Because you can't overheat.
This isn't a game, folks. This is a sim. So the water temperature obviously matters, which we can't obviously see it here since we're just spectating, so it's not going to show that. But that little WATP right there that you see on that cage there, on that dash, the driver's got to watch that basically, make sure that it doesn't get too hot. Because again, this is not no racing game. This is a sim, which means you can get that car running too hot just like in real life and cause that engine to overheat if you don't give that car some air every once in a while. So that's probably why the 55 is doing that,
You're starting to see more Sims companies opening up places where anybody can just come in, put some money down, and just start driving and check things out. And It's like crack, folks. You try it once and you're going to be addicted to it. That's what happened to me.
Yeah, I also just like the idea of just getting the race, something about as close to real life as possible. I mean, plus, we have the backing with this sim of the fact that, during the pandemic, NASCAR used this to help basically do the races since they couldn't do them in real life. So,
That is true.
if that proves anything of how realistic this can be, NASCAR used them to do their races. So, that just shows you how realistic this is compared to the real deal. So,
And just to let everybody out there know how new I am at iRacing, during the pandemic, when they were showing those races, I still didn't realize it was computers. I thought it was an animated game, just like you saw on Nintendo or PlayStation. That's what I thought it was. I had no idea it was computers. And then some of these guys, like Cody Leach, I know is one. I believe Corey Mott is another one. They're pilots. They actually fly airplanes in these things. But we're getting sidetracked because look at the boogie train on the bottom. We got about 8 cars stepping out on that bottom lane.
yeah, but
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 7. I'm almost 8 cars.
then we got, a 3-car group right there in the form of Zander, Ben, and Nick. They're a little bit ahead of everyone, about 0.25 there, but ahead. So not too much ahead, but still, still something.
Nope.
So,
And I'll tell you what, that 22 car has been pushing the 3 every single lap. But he's doing it the right way. Totally dead straight, and he's not getting that other car squirrely at all. And in the corner, he's sending him forward. That 22 car is on fire. After his win at Daytona, he had 4 or 5 races that were horrible for him. And now you're starting to see him light the fire. And he called it. He said he was going to be strong today, and here he is.
he is indeed being very strong now. So,
But we only have 33 laps to go in this thing, so, it's winding down. And 20 laps was when I decided to light the fire last night, and it nearly worked out for me. But we're not going to discuss it again, because that's racing. You know what it's like to crash out of the lead, buddy. We both did it.
We don't gotta bring that night back up, okay? I've already tried to write it off the best I can on it, so.
Hey, we both did it the same weekend, brother.
And
All you can
in
do is
a
laugh
race
at it.
that I should have won at because it was sponsored by the setup I was using.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, you know what?
ugh.
That truck race landed me a new sponsor. So think about that. And now,
Also, the other thing as well that I didn't do it this weekend, this week because of it being the sponsored race for RYCO, but you might be looking out for a one-off truck scheme for me that I've been told people want me to be running because they said if anyone could pull off this paint scheme, it'd be me for reasons that you'll understand once you see it. I just have to get it in the works first, but once it's in the works, I might have a one-off paint scheme that I'm going to do that I've been told only I can pull off apparently. So,
well, we've got a few guys
also,
that know how to do that.
Look on the
CRL.
outside here. Wow, we have the whole team basically. We have Mike, Chris, Thomas, Zach, and Nishil with Steven mixed in there, but the entire BBR team right now is on this outside line right now with a couple stragglers with them, but it is all them right now. We have Mike leading it with Thomas right behind him, Chris there, then Zach in that Wendy's car. Steven is obviously not part of the team, but he's there, and then we have Nishil who's there as well. And a lot of these, looks like some guys are maybe seeing that outside line could get some momentum because they saw how well Mike and Chris did last time when they were on the outside. So I think some of these guys behind them are like, you know what? You guys did good last time. Let's link up with you. We're going to try and join you. Like,
Well, I'll tell you what, I'd love to sneak into their chat room right now and hear their communications. I this looked like it was almost planned. Like they were waiting for a certain time in the race to just link up and go. And right now, they've just gained about 15 car lengths in the last lap.
Oh,
So now that outside lane is moving.
Oh, we have a caution.
Stage?
No, remember we already went through all the stages.
Oh, that's right. Oh, no.
What happened here, Papa Mott? Whoa! Holy cow! What happened there? What actually happened there? That was
I don't know. Just maybe Papa Mott thought he was clear. It looked like
that. Well, there's nothing about that. That was just straight up full on. Just sent it to the inside. Like, oh my gosh.
Well, Jim Mott is not that type of driver where he's just going to wreck somebody. So,
I will say this.
Obviously, he just didn't see it happen. And, that's almost what I did to him last night.
Well, also on the upside, neither of them got any damage. But on the downside here, that line they had going, the team there had going, well, now they're going to have to try and link it back up here again somehow. But I don't think they'll be able to because they're going to get separated probably. Well, they won't to at first, but I can bet you they're gonna. I can bet you they're planning right now to figure out a way to as soon as they can, basically get them all back on the outside. But it does make sense to do it this late.
If I'm Mike Barnett, I'm gonna scream to those guys, get to the outside line ASAP. And when I mean outside line, I mean that top line, the third line. That's where I want to run.
Outside groove you see there, yeah.
That's where I want to run. It seems like once they get up there and those RYCO cars hook up, it's over for the rest of them.
Which, it makes sense that they would do it this late because obviously it is, very late into the race. This is whenever really that make or break happens. And it's also not surprising to see these guys come into pit because, a lot of these guys, like we heard from Zach there, obviously, it's about 38, probably 40-ish laps, I would bet you, that these guys, can go on. And if I go ahead and change to pit strategy here.
Well, this I can guarantee is the last pit stop.
Yeah.
This is it for these guys. The only time they're going to come in is if they have damage. It doesn't matter if there's a green, white, checkered. There's only one in this league. And on top of that, they're going to have enough fuel. Because once they get a caution, one caution after this will certify that they all will have plenty of fuel to make it to the end.
I thought it was unlimited green, white checkers.
Is it unlimited? There's so many series, I'm starting to get them confused. But, I believe you're right. This is unlimited. The trucks is one. ARCA is one. And I can't remember. I'm 53 years old today. You're lucky I'm still awake.
You can also see there on the pit strategy thing as well. A lot of these guys obviously were out for 33 laps there. I mean, the only people that were on less was technically, Mike, Ben, and Chris there. They were the only ones that were on lesser, I guess, either tires or fuel, one of the two. So
yeah. Well, there was a couple of guys that have been out there a while. And even though they had fuel left, they were starting to get a little nervous about it. Once your mind starts getting into how much fuel I have left and all of that stuff, your mind gets off the steering wheel and you're no longer concentrating. And you need to concentrate here.
Yeah. And might as well get one more ad in here with this, obviously, because we gotta run it throughout the night, and we don't know how many more cautions we can have, so gonna give that good old side by side again here, because why not? Yeah, do that. There we go. There's that.
RYCO Performance.
okay. I could also go through that whole ad read as well, but I don't know if I want to double up on you guys with the ad read and the video there. But there's obviously a whole blurb, if you will, as well. I actually only read it once. Might as well, I guess, get it out. Oh, no, they're about to go green. Never mind. I'll do the blurb next time instead of the ad. How about that?
Well, this race is starting to get down to the last, 30-plus laps. It's going to be about 30 laps by the time we're done. Now, 30 laps. What are you going to do at this point of the race, Austin? Are you holding out, or are you going for it now?
I would, if anything, I would say you're definitely at least starting to get your way back up there. I mean, I'll admit, I was kind of always pushing myself towards the front pretty much the entire race. I mean, if I could get the move during the truck race. So, obviously, I wasn't pushing crazy hard until the end there, but, like, I feel like you need to be always probably kind of moving, especially at least during this last 30 here, just because you need to make all the moves you can, and especially if cautions keep happening, you want to be at the front when those cautions come out so you can be right at the front here.
Well, we're about to go green right now, and the field's starting to check up a little bit, and there's one thing we have yet to see in this race, Austin, the big one. That's why I want to be in the back of the pack for at least another 10, 15 laps. And we'll see. It's inevitable, people. Let's see. I hate to say it, but right now we're already starting to see 3 wide at the front of the pack, and we just went green. Let's see where those RYCO setup guys, let's see where they end up.
Whoa!
Oh, man, I told you, folks.
Mike got pinched bad there on that backstretch. Oh, my gosh.
It's not over till Rosie O'Donnell sings, and I can hear her warming up. And now we have 3 lanes coming at you down the straightaway here.
Ben is trying to block.
Wow, look at this one. Oh, no, we're going 4 wide.
4 wide.
The teammates leave the 3 car hanging out dry.
I mean, he was blocking really hard, so I mean, I don't blame him. I mean, you kind of saw during those camera shots that he was diving all over the place. He was getting very aggressive, swerving, just trying to block the best you can. And also, if you look there on the top on that third line there on the outside,
we got another
there's
teammate.
Thomas and Nishil there on the outside, but
yes, they are, and they're coming forward too.
Oh, look who's in front of Chris. It's Zander. I know that him and Mike got their beef, squared away well before this race, but oh my gosh, Mike was getting a little squirrely on the pushing there on Chris. Holy cow!
There was almost another beef right there, because that was a lot closer than first cousins, and we almost just had the big one in front of the pack. Woo! Wow!
Jesus,
man, that was close.
Oh, and if you look on that top line as well, you can see we have obviously those 2 teammates, but Zach dropped out for a second. They're not sure what was up with that, but
yeah, I think Zach saw something and didn't want any part of what was going to happen. We still have plenty of time, and I don't mind seeing guys drop to the back like that. If you watch these front 5, 6 rows,
my gosh,
they're going 4 and 5 wide.
We are getting aggressive. We still have 24 laps to go, guys.
That's right, and this is where we're gonna weed out who our final players are. Guys that go with the 3 car jumps up high and stalls out that outside lane. And now you've got the teammates in the middle coming through.
They're getting pushed by Corey Mott there, our points leader for right now. Which I don't know if he'll hold that after to this race, but we'll see.
Corey Mott, if you're listening, all you want to do is hold on. Don't worry about winning as much as you want to. Just finish in the front. It's Talladega. You've got to finish.
You saw how the truck race went, Corey. hold on as much as you can. The man was up in the booth. He saw how that truck race went. He knows that you just need to survive here.
Yep, he does. And
I know you want to win, Corey, but at this point,
yeah,
you just need to survive, man.
Big picture, big picture. It's only one race, big picture. And it's easy to be a coach quarterback, especially when I don't run the full season. But, you know, I don't run the full season because I want to give all the other guys a little bit of a chance. So, you know, sometimes you just got to sit back a little bit.
The inside line getting a bit of a run, but ooh, I mean, they are not linked up behind Mike and Chris at all. They are just. We are going 4 wide in the back of the pack. Is that what?
Oh man!
Is that what I was seeing back there?
Let's go in with Nic Vasquez right now.
Where's Nick? Where's Vasquez? Let me find him. Where's Mr. Vasquez? There he is. Okay. Where's my cockpit camera? There we go.
Now watch this for a few minutes, folks. Look at how close these guys are, how fast they're catching each other, and these cars are bouncing around. It looks smooth on the game, but it looks smooth on what you're seeing. But when you're in your rig is bouncing around. It doesn't matter if you have a $20,000 rig or if you've got a $300 rig. It's all the same. You're fighting that wheel right now, and I can guarantee these guys are sweating.
Oh, I can tell you this right now. A lot of these guys have got the most iron grip you can have on this wheel right now. I mean, they are not going to let up on this wheel. They are holding on for dear life right now just to try and make sure that they're safe. We are seeing people making dives and everything left and right here in the back. But, oh, look at that. Thomas, this is now gotten in front.
Wow, where did he come from?
He was with Nishil, but it looks like somewhere at some point Nishil basically dropped away from Thomas, and Thomas just went to the front.
Now I'm starting to have flashbacks from Daytona.
Don't say that now.
Yeah, well, this is exactly what happened. He came to the front, and he was, we see a couple of cars getting together, and everybody's swapping around trying to block, and that's not what you want to do at Talladega. Man.
I will say Mike's getting a good push there by Justin, but Justin said, no, I'm going to try and go to the inside with Ryan here and see if I can't pass you guys.
Yes, and both of those guys have some crazy momentum. And there's a guy we haven't talked about much today, Ryan Taft. He's had a lot of bad luck, and if there was no luck, it was only bad luck for him. And now you see him running about the 5th spot, and he's out front. He's looking pretty good right now.
I hate to say it, but right now, unless these guys on the inside can get, obviously going, which they are, but it was looking like a RYCO sweep right with how those three. Oh, and we have a wreck!
Oh, there it is. Oh man,
we have a wreck.
Yellow coming out. Did they save it? It's not over yet.
I think they saved it. We're good. Oh, we're gonna keep going here.
Unbelievable.
They saved it enough that Gordon did not throw the flag.
Yeah, and I'll tell you right now, Ryan Taft wants a yellow. You've seen that car in front of him blink a couple of times, and that is just so frustrating, and especially when you're running that close to each other, that car suddenly disappears. Your race is done.
Yeah. No, for sure, yeah. But,
and I'll tell you what,
and there goes Justin.
Ryan, I think Ryan Taft got a little tired of the car blinking and helped him along his way.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
That definitely killed Ryan's momentum, probably, I would think. But maybe not. I thought it would have, but...
Yeah, whoo, Doug, you know what? I am just going to sit there and watch.
Whoa! We got the
and
teammates
now we're getting
just...
ready to go 3 wide at the front again.
this and those teammates, the BBR, team, Mike and all them, they've stayed together throughout all this. They were on the outside, they went to the inside. They're still in the same aura they had before, and they're just holding on. I mean, Mike has fallen back right now for some reason. I'm not sure what's going on there, but for some reason Mike has now fallen back. Whoa! Zander was making some wild dive there. He made it where he wanted to, but that just look at that. Now Mike and them, they got to the inside. They got where they wanted. They went from the outside to the spot they wanted to be on the exact inside. And Mike's playing defense, I think. I think they're all playing defense right now. They're trying to stay together while blocking whatever is the most ideal line right now, it looks like.
Well, we're coming down to 15 laps to go. All games are off. Everybody has the fuel. This is the end of the race. It's wreckers or checkers. And it's going to be interesting to watch who makes their last move. Now, we just watched Ryan Taft, who was just in first place, go down to about 15th spot. Now he's moving up again. So who's going to get shuffled? Who are they going to send? Who's going to get wrecked?
I believe the line goes, Bill, I ain't lifting till I see God or the checkered flag.
That's right. And I guarantee there's going to be a couple of guys praying in the next couple of laps. It's Talladega. This is it. It's Talladega. You have got to have such incredible discipline to hold on to your seat and make this a points race. It's nearly impossible.
I mean, for some of these guys, obviously, for some of them, they're obviously already locked in, and I mean, they're just here to get a win. But I mean, especially Mike does not have a win yet this season. He needs a win. Obviously, he wants a win. So
it does.
I would not be surprised if those three get to the front and they just go, Mike, get around me real quick, and then somehow find a way to send Mike ahead of them if they can get to the front.
Yeah, teammates, no teammates, you're not going to do that.
Fair enough. But I mean, I feel like Thomas and Chris, they're already, I think, locked in on the wins. That's why I was saying, it's a case of if they could get Mike to the front, they probably would, because he has yet to have a win, and that would lock him into the playoffs.
Well, Mike, I think, is going to be in the playoffs. He will be one of those drivers to get a win. Yeah, he just needs to be a little patient. He runs hard. He knows it. It's just having problems staying out of trouble and getting the end game finish. But you're going to see him improve throughout the year. And I have no worries about him being in the playoffs.
I'm also not surprised now that everyone's probably blocking the team here, because they're obviously the RYCO guys. It's the RYCO Performance 300. I'm not surprised that these guys are having to basically really fight their way to get ahead of everyone here, because no one else wants to probably see these three sweep the podium. But it would obviously be very fitting with the name of the race and the sponsor. But again, not surprised that everyone is kind of, not really giving them too much help, and then they're kind of having to, work on their own. But the other side of that, they're like a 4-car team. So they've got good numbers, even though they might have the odds stacked against them. Yeah.
Well, look who's ahead of that bottom line once more. Mr. Taft. Now let's see if they can get together on the bottom and actually push him forward to take the lead. Now that outside lane is working pretty heavy, and if you notice who's in front of that line,
Mr. Menke.
You have some stout cars, and Nic Vasquez, that 22 car, he's right in the catbird seat. He's just waiting to pounce.
So we got him right in front of that team there.
And
we are going 3 wide.
Wow, all of a sudden on the outside lane, here comes Maverick right out of Top Gun, and he's got that outside lane out of nowhere.
And Chris!
Here we go!
What happened to Chris?
Oh, no! Big impact on the inside wall.
And that's a yellow flag. What even happened there? Let's go back. I think the team tried to. I think they tried to all go down, and I don't think they got fully clear there. It looked like.
Let's see what happened.
See, so yeah, they obviously, you can see right here, they all started to dive down, with Thomas diving down first, then Chris dove down, and then Mike went with, and it looks like Mike had more momentum.
No,
Chris.
Nope. Rewind that just a hair, my friend.
Okay.
Watch the white car. The white car loses momentum and it forces the 93 to just lift off a little bit. And as soon as he lifted off, the 39 car had absolutely no reaction time, nowhere to go. And that little touch right there is all it took. And we're lucky that that's all that it was. That should have been about 12 cars right there. Tough break for the 39 for the 93 car, but it wasn't his fault and it wasn't his teammates' fault. Just that first car, that white car, had to check up or it slowed down just a little bit. It lost its momentum and it forced him to check up, and that was the end of it.
I would not
Tough break.
I'm gonna scroll down, but I'm not gonna be surprised if we don't see it obviously yet, but I can bet you that even though he obviously didn't mean to do that, I'm gonna take a wild guess and bet you that Gordon's gonna obviously give Mr. Zoolander there, Mike, probably an
Well,
EOL
you know what?
for that.
I hope not, because there's absolutely nothing Mike Burnett could have done. That happened so fast. If you were to rewind that and go real time in Mike Barnett's car, he had less than an eye blink to react to that. Nothing he could do.
Yeah, let me do this. Let me go back here and see if we can get back to it again. I don't know if I'll find, unless I can find it on my thing. It'd be great if I can find it on my thing, because that would make it a lot easier. But I don't believe I can find it on the thing I was wanting to find it on. So we'll just zoom back here and find it real quick, because I don't see the event on my thing here to show it. So we'll have to just manually go back and find it, which I think we're about to hit it anyways.
Whew, man,
no, we're not.
I'm glad I quit drinking, because this would be killing me right now. Woo.
Oh, so they had already made a full lap by the time we were checking that out. Okay.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that was just an absolute tough break. That white car was in front, lost its momentum, and those guys just had such a head of steam. When that 93 car just had to check up. Now watch that white car drop down.
See this?
See the white car. When the white car dropped down, the white car had lost its forward momentum.
We're talking about
now,
Mr. Thomas Wolf there.
Now, can we get inside that car?
Inside of Chris's car?
Inside the 90. No, inside Mike Burnett's car.
Oh yeah, let me find Mike on the list again. There's Mike on the list. There's Mr. Mike. Where's his cockpit view? Come on, list of cameras. Give me the cockpit view. Thank you.
All right, now back that up just a hair. Now that's not even full speed. Is that full speed or is that slow?
Yeah, that's full speed. Yeah, that was full speed.
Is it? Yeah, he just absolutely nothing he could do. I mean, it's just they're moving down, and the red car had to check up in front of him so he didn't bang into the white car, and you just cannot react that fast. Just a tough break for those teammates.
Yeah, Chris obviously had to react very quickly there. If we go here and look at this, we can obviously go this way and then probably be able to tell a little bit better on that. But yeah, right here he had to slow up, and he
see right there, yeah, and that was it. So just a horrible break for those guys. It really is.
Yep. doesn't look like. I don't believe. Let me look and see again here. So, yeah, no, there was no. There was
no penalty.
No penalty
Good.
on that.
Nope. Good job in the booth, gentlemen. Good job. Who do we have in the booth tonight?
It's always Mr. Gordon. Is
it Gordon?
yeah,
Always.
no,
All right.
it's
Good job,
Gordon at this point. Yeah.
Gordon, if you're listening, good call, brother. Good call.
Now, I would not be surprised if Mike can find his way back up there somehow. I mean, we got 8 laps to go, but a lot can happen in 8 laps. We also still have the big one that wrecks out the people in front of Mike. So
we haven't had that, and we still have restarts and everything else, and it's going to be a banger. They're already hitting each other in the back of the pack.
Getting some choreography going there.
Yes, we do. And Steve Carlisle, one of those drivers we haven't talked about tonight. He's kind of been the Kevin Harvick of the field. Where did he come from? Well, you haven't noticed him climbing forward because he's been right there pretty much the whole night. He's been out front a lot. And he's another one of those guys that can easily pull this off.
And look at that, you already see Mike is making his way up there already. I mean, he's right behind his teammates of Nishil and Thomas. So I mean, Mike isn't even letting this, that restart hold him back at all. He is getting right back up there with his teammates.
He is, and again, Carlisle attaches himself like a remora to the top 2 cars, and he's stepping away from the field with the rest of them.
Yep. And another person also we haven't talked too much about tonight, but he's right behind Corey is Mr. Uberman. He's snuck his way up here. He's 13 positions up from where he started, and he is up here in the top 5 right now. With this group of 5. So
it is. It's good to see the Uberman. He's been running good the last couple of races, and he's another one of those guys that get bit by the curse of the announcers.
Well, I also got to say, I mean, I heard that he changed setups, and I think that's that's what's turned around for him. As we get what's going on back there? Did we get the big one behind everyone here?
No, I wouldn't call it the big one. If it's not more than 10 cars, it's not the big one.
Well, I didn't see how many it was, and I'm trying to find trying to furiously scroll back down on my event viewer and get where I can see the wreck here. So that's why we don't have it just yet, guys. I'm trying to find it. I'm trying to find the crash. Okay, we have is it right here? Oh, it was.
Oh, man.
Whoa. Wow.
Oh, man. Oh, the 38 car. Oh. Well, that was a semi-big one.
Let me see. Can we get, is it on one of the turns? Let me see. Do we have it on one of the turn cameras? Right there. That's good enough.
Oh, boy.
Right there on turn 4 there.
Yeah.
We have a couple cars. One that obviously you can see there kind of has been turned into a modified car.
Yeah, that's just not going to draft well here.
Nope.
But there he is, the Uberman from Kenosha, Wisconsin. He's out there running well. It's good to see him out front. One of the guys you always see in the garage area, streaming or doing something in there. And then we have Corey Mott. Where's Corey Mott?
Someone that he did this exact same thing during the truck race, but Papa Mott's actually at the front. He did, this is because this also goes back to the whole you see unexpected people up in the front. You know where Papa Mott finished in the truck race?
Well, where did
10th.
He end up finishing? 5th?
10th.
10th. Yeah. Well, he would have finished up closer if it wasn't for the number 29 car last night because, man, he had a good car. We were running side by side for the lead. I feel so bad for what I did. I want to see him come forward. Let's go, Papa Mott. Let's bring it ahead. You got a bunch of young guys up there.
And I'm gonna go off on the spiel obviously one more time here. That is I only can say at the beginning. I gotta say the spiel since I've done the ad multiple times. But obviously with RYCO, as I said about this at the beginning, and you see in the ads, but obviously they're more than just a setup shop. They're a performance provider providing you weekly with data because they have a special thing you can use to get telemetry and all that. And setups that get you ahead of the curve on the competition, whether you're a seasoned sim racer or a weekend warrior. Their cutting edge data packs and one-on-one coaching sessions are tailor made to push the limits of yourself and your virtual race car, giving you the winning edge you crave. And also, the reasons they say why to choose them would be, the expert craftsmanship by a team of seasoned builders, the cutting edge performance enhancements that they tailor to your vehicle, and the unrivaled coaching and reliability to handle the most demanding circuits on the platform. And if you want any more information about them, obviously you see on the cars it says rycog.gg, but also you can visit them at ryco-motorsports.com, where they build champions and deliver results. And what was another thing I was going to say? But I can't remember now. They obviously have a couple Coke drivers that run for them. They use their setups, so, and I believe there's some really good Coke drivers. That's not in the spiel. That's just something I wanted to say because that's obviously always a fun thing to talk about, a setup shop that has Coke drivers that run for them. So,
yep,
it proves the goodness of that, I guess, as well. So, sorry, I had only read that one time, so I knew I had to get in one more time because I had forgot to do it so far. Besides at the very beginning, so. Ran the ad enough times, but I only said the spiel once before this, so.
Yes, well, if you notice, the lights are off on the pace car and everybody's bunching up. We have three laps to go.
Shootout.
So this is basically our first green-white checker.
But of normal circumstance, obviously. Not extra.
And we have Menke on the front row, Carlisle on the bottom row.
Vasquez right behind Menke, Mott on the inside there, and then we have Zach Johnson, Jim Mott, Caleb Tipton right behind them, and then on the inside of Caleb is Thomas.
And I'll tell you what, if that one car and 77 car get together, you're going to have to hire a police detail come 4th of July family reunion party because they're going to be going at each other's throats.
Oh, God.
Can you imagine that? Oh, man. Woo.
Oh, no. The father and son get into each other.
Father and son wreck each other? Oh. Man.
We're going to have a hidden, TMZ-style camera at that 4th of July because there's going to be a...
It reminds me of Vince McMahon and Shane McMahon, little back in the day, a little rivalry. Let's start that rumor, shall we?
We always make the joke of we would love to have a camera in those haulers after the race. That would be a time to have the camera in those haulers because boy.
And here we go. Look at them stacking up the field. This is the most lineup this field has been all night. This is it. This is the race. We need 2 full laps, and this race is over.
Yep, as we go green here.
Green. The outside lane, Menke getting pushed by the 20. Who's that? That's the 22, Nic Vasquez. Yeah, and Vasquez said, watch for fireworks, and here we go. But now the bottom line with Corey Mott pushing Carlisle.
Oh, look at Thomas Wolf coming up behind Zach Johnson there.
Now, Carlisle and Mott have raced together.
Mr. Mott is... Oh, my gosh. Papa Mott just caused the big one.
There it is. There's the big one, folks.
Papa Mott just caused the big one there. That was... Yeah, no, that was definitely... You saw that kind of start there with Papa Mott. And, yeah, we have a caution. No surprise there.
I told you, folks, I hate it when I'm right. Doesn't happen very often, but when I am, it's usually something stupid.
And it was such a big wreck that obviously my thing's messing up because it doesn't like how many cars were wrecking there. But we can kind of catch that starting from. If I can go to the far chase here and get it, you can kind of catch it starting right about here where they came down out of this turn 2. They were going down the backstretch, and Papa Mott for some reason he just sent it in. Everyone avoided him for a bit, but he knocked Nishil down onto the apron, came back up, took out the 12, and that just caused so. Let me see if I can go ahead and do this real quick. Let me see if I can get the backstretch camera, but it's obviously not going to show up because.
Oh man, what?
That was not even the
I don't know.
backstretch.
It's more smoke than a Cheech Chong bang. Look at that. Oh man, there was a lot of rubber being picked up right there. Wow.
But no surprise there. I mean, hey, I guess you can go on your little bingo card everywhere and say big one because we got the big one out of the race. I hate to say it, but we all know it's inevitable that there always will be a big one. And
well, I'll tell you what. Last week when I was in Florida, there's one thing I learned, that is if you want to make an old lady say the F word, just yell bingo.
That definitely took out a couple of big names. Like we have Chris obviously got absolutely killed in that. And Zach Saunders too. I mean, both of them their cars are not looking good. Uberman, he had a good run going, but he's now he's sitting in the pits.
Man, you know what? That's my fault. I finally broke down and talked about him, and 5 laps later.
We do have obviously Carlisle at the front, Corey Mott right behind him, Zach Johnson, Menke, Wolf, Nishil, and then there's a Mike right behind Cody.
Now, let's see how this is going to react, because now you're going to have Corey Mott starting on the outside.
If he goes to the outside, remember they do have choose cones, so they have full choice to go inside or outside.
Yep. So
Corey Mott could very easily go behind Steven if he wanted to.
If I'm Corey Mott, man.
I mean, I feel like Steven's gonna pull what Nate did to me on the same restart at this exact same time. Where I don't know if you saw it, but on that last restart that we had in the truck race, I was obviously in the same position as Corey. I was behind Nate, and I thought Nate was gonna go one way. And as you're coming to the line, he swerved around. He made me swerve a couple times, and luckily I still got my clear choose cone, but he was getting very close to making an illegal choose cone thing where he almost didn't make his choice clear, but he swerved just enough and caused me to, basically line up behind him on the inside because I thought he was going outside. So, Steven could be very dirty too here.
I even screwed up the choose cone last night, but we're not going to talk about that at all. So sometimes you get so busy in the car, you're looking at adjustment, you're looking at this, you're looking at that. Although, I'm more looking at whether or not I want to pit and things like that. And, man, I think I actually turned off my tires change. And as I was doing that on the pace lap, it was the choose cone lap. And I nearly ended up at the end of the line. So it would have been on me. But I'm going to tell you this. If I'm Corey Mott, I'm going with Carlisle. Go with Carlisle. Deal with him the last 700 yards of the race like everybody else is going to do. Carlisle has been around for a while. He knows how to drive these cars. We've talked about him many races in the past. He's fast. He knows how to draft. And on top, you've got Menke. And behind Menke, who is behind Menke? I didn't get a car number there.
Behind Menke? Let me see. Where's Menke at? I believe that's Mr.
Menke?
Thomas Wolf.
It is Thomas Wolf. I wasn't sure.
And between Thomas and Nishil is I believe that's Mr. Vasquez. Yeah.
Yeah, and well, Nic Vasquez knows how to win on super speedway. I'm gonna
Very.
go. The inside lane with Corey Martin Carlisle, I believe, has a little bit more experience in that outside lane, and that could make a difference. We're gonna find out if they make it through the screen white checkered.
And we have Menke, Thomas, Nick, Nishil, Paul, and Mike, all right there at
Yep.
the front of the outside line. So I don't know.
Yep.
I think they could make a push. I mean, you got some good
Yep.
guys on the outside there.
Yeah, and guess what? Now we're starting to get into the lap area where they need to worry about fuel.
We also have T-Bone, who's got a modified looking car basically sitting there in the fourth row. So that
Yeah,
could very easily kill that inside line there.
it could. But you only need a couple of cars.
Yeah, true. I'm just saying, like, it would definitely kill the line.
Green, green, green.
Let's see how well. There it is. Corey Mott just gave the back of Carlisle a kiss and pushed him ahead. That's the way you're supposed to restart. Now Mott's going to get behind him and push him around this entire track. Experience right there could be the move of the race. Once you get him through the next 2 laps, you use that last 1,000 yards. That's where you battle for the win.
Well, they're going to the outside and they're. Whoa! They're causing Menke to get squirrely there.
Corey Mott!
Wow! They are making blocks
Corey
that.
Mott makes the move to the bottom.
Wow! They were making some blocks that should have caused a caution there. Oh, and I think are we having a wreck somewhere? Oh! Oh! With size, you can tell that there was a caution because the cars are blinking. I'm not sure what happened. I'm seeing some numbers drop. Is Cody fine? Cody's fine. Okay. What? I'm not sure what happened there. I'm not getting a car that wrecked, so I'm not sure. Now, I believe Caleb had a front end before he came back out here.
Oh, no, not
I
again.
believe Caleb had a front end when he came out of pits, so. Was that Papa Mott again?
Oh, no.
Was that Papa Mott causing a wreck again? Oh, yeah, okay, we found it. We found the wreck.
We found it.
1 second, let me go to Chopper. I hate that the cars are blinking, but that's also the way I can tell that a wreck just happened because, cars blink and blink. Oh, he came into Jonathan Nuts Justin. Oh, wow.
Ooh.
Papa Mott just causing some.
Was that Mr. Taft involved in that as well? Because he's another victim of the announcer's curse. Because I was talking about him early in the race.
I don't think so. No, it looks like
No.
It looks like he might have. If anything, he might have given 12 a bit of a kiss there, but it looks like they might have given a kiss, and yeah, he sent 12 instead. But they just did a little bit of a bump and a little bit of a touch. They kind of like you always say, they gave a bit of a kiss there and.
Yeah. Brian Taft is one of those drivers. He's a lot better driver than the results that he's shown this year. He has had a lot of bad luck, and a lot of it was not his doing.
You know what's also crazy about this too is all this as well is helping Mike get back into the front. Thomas is not far from the front. Nishil isn't obviously, and Mike isn't either. These cautions, obviously they're not good, but at the same time.
But a lot of these cars pit 38 laps ago. Now we're getting into green, white, checkered area. So how much fuel do they have left?
Well, so one of the ones that are at the top here.
Everybody looks like they're good.
32 laps for at least top 9. Let me go into my pit strategy. Where's the pit strategy box? I gotta find it. I gotta find it. There we go. First row. We'll start with 10, so we can look back at 10th down. No. So a lot of these guys are.
Well, they're gonna be all right.
Yeah.
Huh. All right. Well, never mind.
They're probably going to be fine for this green white checker. A lot of these guys obviously got enough fuel. I mean, especially another person that's also very fine in terms of fuel is, it looks like Zander, because I don't know if he took fuel on that last pit stop that you can see there, where he's only
But
been
he's
out here for
starting to move his way up
13.
too.
Because if he did take fuel on that one where he's been out here for 13 laps since his last pit stop, if he took fuel, then he is more than good, obviously.
Let's talk to him. Let's pull him up real quick.
Mr. Zander?
Yeah, pull him up.
Oh, God. Do we... Let me go back to the front so I can be able to tell where they're at. Okay.
Yeah, we got plenty of time.
Where's Mr. Zander at? Let me find him. I gotta find Mr. There's Mr. Zander. Short. Let me get him up here. I'll let you ask whatever you want to ask them when they get me up here. All right. Hey, Zander, it's the boys up in the booth. You hear us?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, Zander, you're coming back up. How much fuel do you have? Are you good with fuel? How's your car?
The car's a little damaged, I'm thinking, but no, if this one doesn't go green to the end right here, then I'm gonna have to pit. I got 3 laps of fuel left. I'm just
Gosh.
trying my hardest to get up here and give these boys a run for their money. I'm just gonna take anybody as I can right now as a friend and just I hope that we can get to the front and see if I can do something on the last lap to maybe get a win out of here. Top 10 would be good after getting in as many incidents as we've had, but just going to try to finish strong and maybe go for a win if we can find ourselves up there with 1 to go.
All right, buddy, I'll let you get back to work, but one more quick question. If she's wearing a cowboy hat, you swiping right or left?
I'm about to go right on that one, buddy.
All right, man, get back to work. We'll see you tonight.
All right, see you, man.
Where'd the chill? There it is. That's 2 that you've gotten that said swipe right. I think you're asking the wrong question or to give them the wrong criteria or something.
No. Just it was a conversation that I happened upon the other night, and considering I was old enough to be everybody's father, it was pretty funny to listen to those guys. And that's one thing I learned: swipe right or left.
I'm trying
And now
what happened there, because Thomas just all of a sudden, he was at the front and he just dropped back out of nowhere. He was in front of Nishil there, and he just all of a sudden is now back in 20th.
Look who we have in the front row right now. I bet you we have to come in for fuel. We've got Menke on the inside, and on the outside is the 61 car.
Yep. But
here we go.
He did not get
And
the
Corey,
jump, but I gotta say that outside line though, they've got Paul and Nishil have Mike and Garth pushing the outside, so I would not be surprised if these guys on the outside could get a line with who they've got pushing here.
Well, I'll tell you what, experience is right there. Those guys behind him have a little bit more experience, and I have a feeling that they're going to push him down the back straightaway here, and then they're going to leave him out to dry like a redheaded stepchild. And you watch poor Mr. Menke. He's just a sitting duck right now for those 2 guys behind him.
Yeah.
And look at this. The 22 car is setting up the 1 and the 6. He's going to get a little bit of a run right here, and he's going to try to drive right past the both of them. He's setting them up for the last lap. This is it. The race is over, and here they come.
Oh, wow.
The 22
oh, God. Oh, God.
God.
We're going to get a wreck. We're going to get a wreck. I can tell. We're going to get a wreck here on the backstretch. Oh, God. Holy cow.
The back straightaway, Stephen Menke is being pushed by the 22 car.
Oh,
wow.
My
Can
gosh.
you imagine the upset win right now? Keep going, Menke. Keep them behind you. Stay
We're
low.
almost there.
Right down that line, Menke. Give it to him. Now we're coming down the front
We're getting a wreck
straightaway.
as we finish. We're getting a wreck as we finish here. And let's see what... As they come
Here
in
it
here.
comes to the end.
Come
Just
on.
stay right there. Here they come, folks. Here they come. Who is it gonna be? I couldn't tell.
I couldn't. Let me go back and see there. I was thought I could get a better view with that, but it obviously didn't go as good as I wanted there. So that's on me for thinking the start finish line cam was going to actually be good.
Oh my God! It was Nic Vasquez who called it last night, folks. If you're not in the Discord, he is gonna be unbearable tonight. But I cannot believe it. He called it. He said, "Watch for the fireworks tonight," and he waited for the last 1,000 yards to make his move around Corey Mott and the rest of the gang up. And wow, what a finish! Oh, I'm sorry, he got around Menke, not Corey Mott. What a move! What
Look
an
at that.
absolute move for
We
that
have,
car, and the 38 car finishes third.
I believe after that we have
Zander
Nishil,
Short.
then Paul. Oh wow! Look at that's gonna be Garth, then Tommy, then Mike. After that, do we have anyone else that was close by them? I feel like there was. Yeah. Okay. There's. Then
And
Zach.
Carlisle. Carlisle
Wow!
got
Look at.
shuffled back, and Corey Mott. Those guys.
Wow! Corey got really shuffled back there.
Yeah.
And
I wonder if
obviously
they were
everyone is,
running out of fuel.
Everyone's getting
No,
a little
he already
squirrely
said
there,
that those guys were run on fuel, and
but here we'll go pull up the results here. We got everyone obviously doing donuts right now, but
they just crashed down there on the end.
this is that was a factory motorsports podium sweep.
Wow.
Holy cow!
But where did Zander Short come from? He was back on the restart. He was way back there.
Let's see here. Let me go back and just see if we can figure out where Xander was then here. Can we go back and figure out where he was at? Let's see. I gotta get through all these okay, so let's see. So
I cannot believe
it looks like on this right here where they were obviously all coming at the end here. Is this the no, that's
no,
not.
this isn't it. No, this
is after they already this is after they already passed.
Yeah,
Okay.
here they come. Keep going. Here it is. All right, watch this here.
So it looks like he all of a sudden was in third out of nowhere. He got up to third and was being pushed by Cody there, and then they just.
And then at this point, the 6th car was just a sitting duck, and Nic Vasquez makes a perfect move at the perfect time. He called it. He said, "I've got something special. Watch for the fireworks." He called it last night.
I mean, with them being teammates, I guess if we looked at like the points and all, because let's see what. So, because we had, I think Menke's won one. Yeah, Menke's won one.
Vasquez won 2 now.
Yeah.
Zander Short is winless. Condoor is Leach is winless. Condoor is winless. Maziere has won. Griswold. How many positions? Look at him in 7th place. That's going to be great for him. That's going to boost him way up in the points.
He's at 14 positions with that finish.
Yeah, good for him, Garth Griswold. And then, after that, it's kind of like the normal crew. It's Cameron Romano. He survived tonight, 12th place finish.
So we do have the points. Let me see if I can get this uploaded into here and somehow get the points to be fancy like they should be. Come on, thing. Work with me here. 1 second. Let's see. Overall. Import points after. Let me see if I can get this to work and it actually looks good. Is this going to actually work or is it going to look really dumb?
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. While you figure that out, let's pull up Mr. Zander Short up into the booth, and we got to find out how he ended up third.
Correct. That is not right. Wow, the points are not even looking right. That's weird. Hmm. Did I? Yeah, okay, so this is the right. Weird. Weird that it's not working right, but oh well, I'll just go into overall and import the points like I always do then, because apparently it doesn't want to work like it is supposed to, so points act weird like they always do apparently. So there we go. Okay. Now we have the proper points. And like I said, Steven and
Wow, Menke,
Steven
look at Menke. Huge race for him. Huge race for him. And you know what? Shame on everybody else and shame on us for not thinking he was capable of winning this race tonight. It's not that he wasn't capable. It's just he's usually quiet, kind of hangs out. Bam. He's another one that showed up to dance tonight. And Corey Mott drops 2 spots in the points down to third. Nic Vasquez, big win for him. He's moved up in the points.
that is just.
Well, Vince Mitchell, he moved up.
Let's I guess go ahead and get.
Yeah. Hey, I want to say one thing. Look who's in 8th spot in points right now.
Cody. Yep.
Did I or
Cody.
did I not say that young man's going to finish in the top 5 in points this year? He was in 15th in points 2 races ago.
Okay, we need to apparently get on to the interview. Zander has now told me in the Discord that he needs to go take a piss, so he said get on with the interviews. So he's first anyway, so we'll go ahead and grab him. All right, you're up in the booth, Zander. Yes.
Howdy, boys.
I guess we'll get this over quick. I saw you said you really need to go piss, so we'll get this over with fast then.
Oh yeah.
But that was you came out of nowhere at the end there. I mean, I don't think I noticed you were up there at the front until after we really checked the standings, and I was like, oh, Xander's actually got to the front. Like I don't know, you kind of snuck in there.
Yeah, I told you boys I was gonna make something happen there.
You did, and I know you don't know this yet, but it moved you up the points. You are now second in points.
And so yeah, if you look at
Yes, I
the
seen that.
camera,
That's awesome.
And so yeah, because I'm showing the camera here as well. So
yeah, so congratulations on that, and one hell of a comeback. You did call it.
You just got to really maintain, especially in these kind of races. You got to really be mindful of who all's around you for one, and what's going on. You have to have a lot of really a good amount of spatial awareness, just understanding all that. Really being able to read the lines, see which lines is checking up the most, because that's going to be your problem lines.
Yeah.
You
Well,
don't want to be above like those problem lines in the corners, and you don't want to be below them on the straightaways. But that's just it's just the style of racing we have here. It's only 3 lanes wide. I'm really happy, and I'm it was fun racing the way that we were tonight, having 3 wide action and not wrecking the whole time.
Yeah. Well, it was fun to watch, that's for sure.
Yes, it was fun to race in.
Oh, but I tell you what, you called it. You said, you had a little something for him at the end of there, and you nearly won this thing. Congratulations. Is there anybody you want to thank?
Just the boys at Factory and the boys that put these setups together. We really these cars were so stable tonight. I mean, Factory Motorsports finished 1, 2, 3. So I mean, that right there just shows you the super speedway program that we have. Nick won the 500 as well. Won this on 2.5-mile tracks that are drafting style tracks. He's undefeated so far this year. And
yeah, and the sad thing, and I called it earlier, is that Nick called it last night. He said, "Watch out! There's going to be fireworks," and you know as well as I do, he's going to be unbearable the next couple of days in that garage area.
Oh yeah, that's all he's going to talk about. That's it.
Well, hey, man,
But I'm happy
congratulations
for
on
him.
an awesome finish.
Hey, I appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
Yeah, man, Zander short out of nowhere, and man, he's had me in stitches the last couple of nights. I my time clock is all screwed up. It's like I have jet lag from driving back home from Florida, and I'm up late, and I have nothing to do. So I go on Discord and I see these guys. I listen to them and I watch them race, and man, they're nuts.
Yeah. But
Uh,
let's see. Where's Mr. Oh, there's Mr. Menke. Let me grab him then. All right, now we got Stephen Menke up here in the booth with that P2. I mean, was it a plan to just kind of let, I guess, Nick get past you there, or were you trying to win that, I guess?
No, I was going for the win, but I mean, if it came, we were teammates, all three of us. We Factory Motorsports went 1, 2, 3 there. So as long as one of us got the win, we were trying to maybe get Xander a win since he doesn't have one yet. But as long as one of us got it, I was fine with it.
Yeah, see, Bill kind of made the joke. He was like, "Oh, Steven is a sitting duck there because they're gonna make a pass on him at the last second when he least expects it." But that's kind of what happened, even though obviously you guys are teammates. So
Yeah, going into 1 and 2, Corey pushed me ahead and then tried to block Nick, and then Nick came down, and I didn't know if he was going to pick me up or not, but he did and gave me a huge shove. And then we just rode together for a while until turn 3, and then I think we were pretty good to just race it out amongst ourselves.
Yeah, well, I want you guys to be extremely proud of yourselves because you fought hard for the win and you didn't wreck each other. Huge for the points, and you're now first place in points, and Xander Short is right behind you. So you guys had a huge night, and you showed a lot of maturity as teammates racing. So congratulations to you on your second place finish.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, we take a lot of pride in our teamwork, especially here, and I think we do a pretty good job at it, and we're pretty selfless, and as long as we're running up front, which we were basically all day, and then especially the Fords, all the Ford guys, just shout out to them. Corey came back, got a fourth. I mean, Cody came back and got a fourth, and we worked together all day, and I think it showed today.
Yeah, and I don't know if you know it or not, but I will be going forward next year as well. And you know what?
Welcome to the good side.
Ford Factory Motorsports and everybody behind you guys are very proud of you because you proved you guys are the team to beat.
Yeah, we've been climbing up the standings every week, and Xander's been doing a hell of a job, and then Nick has 2 wins now, so we just got to get our boy Ben up here. He's had a couple rough finishes, but none to his doing. But we got to get him a win and get him in the playoffs as well.
All right, buddy. Congratulations. Is there anybody you want to thank before we go?
Yeah, just give a shout out to you guys for doing the broadcast. Y'all do a hell of a job. Shout out to Corey for putting on a great league. This season is awesome. Give a shout out to Hoist for keeping me hydrated throughout the race, and just shout out to all the Ford guys and my teammates. I'm super proud of everybody.
Well, that's awesome, man. Once again, congratulations. Have a good night, and we're going to move on to our winner, who's going to be unbearable in the garage tonight.
Yeah.
Oh, God, I didn't even realize Nick was talking there, or that Steven was talking there. God damn it. Okay, now we have Nick up in the booth here.
Nick A.
What's up, guys?
Nick, you
I got my
called it
camera on if
last
y'all want
night.
to.
Oh, wow, he's got his camera. I don't
Mhm.
even know how I'd be able to pull that off here at the last second somehow.
I
but
guess. Okay.
You
Maybe.
called it last night. You told me to watch out for fireworks.
I did. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
and I've been telling everybody you're going to be unbearable in the garage later on tonight.
Probably. This is a big win. This is a big win. So, yeah, I mean, just do what?
You had some ups and downs. We saw a lot of guys running up front and getting shuffled in the back. You came up front, and once you were there, you stayed there at the last part of this race, and you showed a lot of maturity. when it came to the restart, there was one restart where you push Menke out in front of you, and which is the way you're supposed to do it in these cars on this track. And you guys sucked up and you started running away from each other. You guys proved that you're great teammates. You run well together, and man, you called it, man. You're the GOAT tonight.
Yeah. So I mean, dude, all of Factory Motorsports. I mean, we all work together. We're all great friends. Huge shout out to Steven and Zander and Ben, just everybody on the team. Steven especially for just giving up the win, really, because on the last lap, Zander was like, can I get the win? Can I get the win? And then Steven was like, yeah, I don't care. So then he kind of lifted off, I guess, or whatever. And so I just went by. Zander was way too far back for us to just give it up for him, because if we both lifted, then somebody would have probably got the run on Zander and stole it. So I mean, it was last decision making of Steven really didn't want it. I mean, I'm sure he wanted the win, obviously, but he was willing to give it up. So huge shout out to him, especially for the the setups he gives us. I mean, every week we got lightning fast cars. So huge shout out to Steven, for all the stuff he's done for the team.
Yeah, well, he's very proud of you guys tonight, and man, it was just what a race. But I get it, man. You told me watch out for fireworks, and you brought some artillery at the end there, man. Congratulations on another super speedway win.
Yep. First driver too with multiple wins. So huge win for not only the team but for myself. I mean, I told these guys, like, me on super speedways, I don't know what it is. We just click. I just don't know what it is. But huge shout out to Ducks Unlimited, Winchester. We had a really good fast car today, so that Winchester Ford Mustang, and a first win in the main scheme, because at Daytona we didn't have our scheme, so it's nice to get a win in the scheme now.
Yeah, we actually threatened you after Daytona, I believe, that if you didn't get your theme ready. And I'll tell you what, speaking of a new theme, I just got a great new truck after the truck race the other night. I was destroyed pretty heavily, and I'm coming back with a new truck this week, and it's going to be angry, and I'm going to step it up tonight. I'm going to show some fireworks next week.
Yep, I'm sure you will. I mean, I'll be counting on you for the truck race.
Well, don't hold your breath, buddy.
All right. Yeah, I mean, what else do you want to talk about? What else do you want to know?
Tell us, man. Tell us the
Okay.
end. I mean, you were in the back. You were in the front. I mean, where were you? You were all over the place. What was the biggest problem you saw tonight? Was it the traffic? Was it guys weaving? What?
No, I think, like, honestly, this was probably the best race we've had all season. Everybody in the league. I mean, it was so fun to swerve through traffic. All of us were, holding our lines and everything, except for some of the guys in the back. But at least up front, I didn't notice any issues or anything. I mean, it was super fun, super tight pack racing. That final move on Corey, dude, that was pretty crazy. I mean, whenever I went up to kind of go around him and he blocked, and then I shot way down low. And then I had such a big run on Steven. I told him, I'm like, big push, big push. And I was thinking that I was probably going to spin him out because it was a huge run I had. And so when I slammed his back end, thankfully it stuck and he never spun out. And then that's how we were able just to run away from Corey. But, I mean, just weaving through traffic, it was just so fun and cool. I mean, I don't know. It was just fun.
Well, you proved that you're the super speedway king right now, and there's not much anybody can say. You proved it tonight. You called it, and here you are in victory lane.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we've got 2 super speedways in the playoffs, so I'm hoping we can capitalize on that, and hopefully next week at Dover. I'm semi decent at Dover. I feel like I can come out of there with the top 10. If we get lucky on like a green white checkered or something, maybe steal another win or something. But I'm looking forward to next week.
I'm just glad that I don't have to do Dover in the trucks.
Yeah,
I do not envy you guys with Dover.
Yeah, Dover is not a very fun track. Not my favorite. You're real tough off the corners. There's going to be a lot of yellows at Dover. You know that as well as I do.
Mm-hmm.
You thinking hang in the back and just weed through the issues, or are you going for the front?
No, I'm gonna stay up front. I think we've got something to prove here at Factory that we are contenders every week in and out. So I'm gonna just drive like I normally do, which is aggressive. I'm gonna be up front, and I'm gonna be making aggressive moves to keep the lead and hopefully come out with another win because that's what we do here.
Nice. Awesome, man. And hell of a run. It was fun to watch. Congratulations again to you and
Thank you.
your entire team.
Thank you.
And,
Yeah, 1, 2, 3.
Austin, I don't know what else to say. The kid called it.
Yeah, I did call it. Y'all don't need to be sleeping on me anymore for super speedways. I mean, we've got good cars.
We got. I think it's Cody in the chat just said Dover is a WRL track. So.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, huge shout out to Cody as well. I don't know if y'all saw, but me and Cody, whenever we got linked up, we would run away from the field.
Oh,
Cody,
yeah, no, I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah. Me and Cody work really well together as well. I mean, huge shout out to him. He pushed me to the win at Daytona before he got spun by Corey. But yeah, huge shout out to Cody as well. I mean, he's a great teammate as a Ford Alliance. So huge shout out to him as well.
All right, but hey, I got one more question for you.
Yeah.
Okay. Does Zach swipe right on the wrong girls too often?
Not gonna lie, yeah. Yeah, he does.
There's a couple of guys laughing tonight. It's an inside joke for everybody, so
yeah, he does. You should have when he came out. So he flew out here to Texas for the Texas Motor Speedway race, and we went together. And yeah, he was swiping on some questionable people for sure.
It's just gonna call him out like oh he was not okay.
Oh man, we have a good time here at Moving Chicanes Racing League. It's all we got to say. It's not just racing, and it's funny is, I'm old enough to be half your fathers, pretty much. There's a couple of us old guys, and it's funny how this brings us all together. We all have a good time, and we all act like children sometimes. I mean, we're all doing donuts in the end of the races, crashing into each other. I mean, we're a bunch of children, and so that's what's so great about this league, and I really enjoy doing it. And I wish more people, if you're out there listening, man, everybody should be promoting this league and just putting it out there and posting our videos everywhere. And it's such a great league that I will not be surprised if you're going to see people not racing in certain leagues because of too many competitors and fast guys. This league is going to grow. It's going to be a great league. Mm-hmm. So congratulations again, man.
Thank you so much.
You moved up the points big time too.
Yep. Huge shout out to the 22 crew as well. I mean, we had a pretty good pit crew as well. We got some good jumps on that. So, shout out.
All right, buddy, man. Congratulations again,
Thank
man.
You guys.
See you later on tonight.
Yep. Thank you. Have a good night.
Yep.
Oh, man. Oh, God. So I got him to break on that question about swiping right and left. He knew what I was talking about. So, but wow, what a race, man. It was a banger.
It was.
So, we got to watch the end of it, unlike Daytona.
God.
So, yeah. So, wow, what a great race. It was a lot of fun, and these guys ran clean. And I'm going to tell you something too, is in the chat room last night in the garage area, a few guys were saying that even though the other two races were caution filled, this race is going to be different. I think we had how many yellow flags we have last night?
I'm not sure, but I know tonight we had 9 cautions. Looks like.
Yeah. So in each other race, we had upwards of, I think it was like 15.
Let's see. Let me double check and see. Is it right here? Is it this one? It was this one here. View results. We had 11. So the truck race was only up by about what, technically 2 cautions? Because, yeah, this one had 9, truck had 11, so
Yeah, but how many laps was the truck race?
it was 94.
Yeah, so you had more laps here. So
So
if we went
the
that
caution, yeah, the
distance,
caution laps was 27 here, 33 there, so
33. Yeah. So
and,
these guys did a heck of a job. It was a great race.
oh,
It was.
wait, where's apparently wait, where's Cody? Yeah, apparently he's got some stuff. One second. Apparently he's got some stuff to say. Cody has some stuff to say. Apparently, I've been pinged in the in our broadcasting
Cody Leach.
thing. So let me get him up here. Apparently,
All right.
you got some stuff to say, Cody. Apparently.
Oh, hey. I'm just happy.
Oh,
I'm just
okay.
happy. That's all.
Okay.
I just wanted to tell you guys I'm happy.
Okay, I was like,
I did want to say good job to the boys, though. The factory boys. They always take us WRL boys in, as some children off the street at the at the super speedways. We're grateful. So that's all I got pretty much out of that. And Ford, all the Fords. I don't know if you guys noticed, but or kind of know about it, but we have a chat up, and every single Ford is in there during the race. We have a radio up, and all the Fords are talking. We're all communicating on what to do, how to manipulate it, the race. So just a little insight on the super speedways for what we got. Talladega one more time? No, we don't. We got Daytona one more time.
No, I think we have.
I think you have both.
I think we have both. So yeah, so when you guys kind of see and know, you kind of see the little shiftiness going on, or you see 5 or 6 Fords all ripping or moving, making moves, it's all calculated. So
yeah. We saw that in a few teams tonight. But I got to tell you one thing there, Mr. Leach. A few races ago, you were back in 15th, 16th place in points. And I told you that I called it out. I said, you're going to finish in the top 5 and you're going to have a win. You've been barking on the door for a win almost every race, and now you're in 8th place in the points.
Yeah, can't be happier right now. I know gave up one last week. I can't say anything pleasant about that. I mean, I'll take anything I can get at this point as we're moving up the ladder, but I gave it up. I gave up a win. Should have been smarter, but we're going to Dover next week, and I am probably the most excited person on the planet to be going to Dover.
Yeah, so, I know you've been practicing.
Yeah. And that's actually a little insight. That was the first ever track I bought on iRacing. First ever track I bought, ran ARCA there. I remember running ARCA there, learning how to race a track. First time learning how to race was Dover. And then I remember running Gen 4 there, learning how to race. And then my first big week in Xfinity and actually doing NISs was at Dover as well. So I got a couple wins there under my belt, a couple good finishes. So really excited about next week. So can't ask for a better situation, right? 4 top 5s in the last 4 races.
Yeah. So you've been really laying it down, and I've been calling you out. Every time we talk, you've got it, kid. You've got something, and you can win this championship. And I know I said top 5, but that's just where I think the baseline for where you're going to finish this year might be. But nobody says you can't go further, and all you need is a win, and that'll solidify not ever being able to get knocked out of the playoffs.
Exactly.
But
yeah,
as of right now, you are well in the playoffs.
Yeah, very happy, very happy. I think we don't want to put a ceiling on anything, but we're definitely putting a floor where we are right now. We don't want anything lower than what we've been getting these last 4 weeks. And with the tracks coming up, I don't see any reason why we shouldn't. Kind of in that wheelhouse, we might give up a little bit here at I try to work hard at the road courses, but Chicago, as long as we're getting at the tracks we're not good at, top 10, top 15, and the tracks that we excel at, the top 5, I think season's gonna go exactly how we want it. WRL boys have been working hard at Dover. Everybody's been racing. It could be all to my fault of my own. I think it was maybe Sunday, and I'm like, let's start working on these sets. Let's see what we need to adjust in race, things like that. So everybody's been working. Everybody's probably put in 500 plus laps on Dover out of the whole squad. It, like I said, it's my home. It's my fake home track, my iRacing home track. So I want everybody on the team to be on that same caliber. And everybody's been working hard. Everybody looks really good, out of the mess, and save our stuff up. And we got some good stuff for next week, which is extremely exciting going into another extremely technical track of Darlington.
Well, I'm going to tell you one thing. I was watching your stream the other night, watching you going around Dover, and for everybody else, you better bring it because he was very fast, and yeah, I learned a lot of things, as a matter of fact, from watching you at Dover, and we may have to do a little bit of a lesson because I still need a lot of help to get where you are.
Anytime. I mean, I'm not perfect, but I've kind of found my own little niche of things. Like, you see people diamonding, and yeah, sometimes I might be like, um, especially in traffic, I tend to take shallower entries. I don't know, maybe if anybody noticed that, like Richmond, tracks like that. I'll take a shallower entry, use a little bit more brake, which then kind of will save my tires, roll a little bit better, but then that kind of shoves the car in front of me up a lane without having to bump and run, which, as everybody knows, I'm not afraid to do. But if it kind of shoves them just up a groove, keep them, working a little bit harder to stay in front of me while I'm kind of just pacing myself, keeping my normal pace up. But it kind of takes away a little bit of track from them, and allows me to save as well. So I have a little bit of different technique that everybody probably wouldn't agree with, but if it works for me, it works for me, and I don't plan on changing that. But uh, those Factory Motorsports runs super speedways. I'll give it to them. I'll give credit where credit is due. They run super speedways. I don't see them losing a super speedway race this year. And like I said, if they got that backpack's big enough, and they let me in it every time. So as long as they keep carrying me with them, I'll keep riding. I ain't gonna take too much. I ain't gonna take too big of a bite. As long as they give me a little piece, I'll take it. And I'm having fun. It's fun. It's been fun.
Well, I've been enjoying watching you on your streams and stuff, and iRacing, you said, was your second love, and your real love is flying.
Oh yeah. I've been flight simming forever. My little brother, he's a pilot. My cousin's a pilot. Like, I've probably been flight simming since like Windows 98 days. So, or been around it too since. So, I love where it's evolved to. I love how peaceful it is. Like, I can, think about how long I would be at work. Okay, I'm at work for 8 hours. I'll throw up a 10-hour flight, do a long haul, go to work, come back and make some dinner, check on the flight, and be at my computer by top of descent. So it's just little things you can kind of, or run your errands. Okay, we're going to be out for about 3-4 hours. Throw a little bit of long haul, like a little New York to Madrid or something, and then you can just leave, enjoy your day, come back, and land the plane. So it's fun. It's definitely my love. It's definitely my love. Enjoy it. Been doing it forever. Probably will never stop doing it. So I have a lot of fun. Also, I have a question for you two.
Well, let's hear it.
All right, last 2 weeks, we've had some, I would say, cleaner racing. I mean, I feel like we had a nice amount of cautions this week. It didn't seem it though, because they seem to be spread out more.
Cautions.
Yeah, they
seem
seem really spread out. Than the trucks. Yeah, and it seemed like they were, there was 3 at the end and like a few more spread out, kind of.
Yeah.
Are you enjoying it? I feel like you guys are enjoying that.
Well, it was good to see the pack racing because we were able to go inside cars and show people how difficult it actually is, and how it's easier to explain that when they see the cars bouncing around, that's what your entire rig is doing. So you're
Oh
not
yeah.
just sitting there behind a computer having a grand old time. You're putting some effort into it. And it was great that it wasn't too long of a race,
Exactly.
and yet we had our cautions, and we just kept waiting and waiting. We knew the big one was coming, and man, when it happened at the end there, it really happened.
It
And
did. I took a couple shots, but
I mean,
yeah,
there are
uh,
obviously sometimes cautions that are good just because it leads to very interesting racing sometimes, like what happened
yeah,
at the end, obviously. So,
exactly, exactly. And yeah,
the,
like you say, your rig's going all over the place. I have my strength up pretty high just because it helps me feel the track
yep,
a
I
little
agree.
bit. So I have my strength up high. I'm fighting, but I tend to learn that middle ground of fighting and kind of letting the wheel do what it does. I think I was getting side drafted, took a little door and went on the inside. Didn't completely lock it down. I kind of locked it down enough to like let the wheel do what it needed to do to help me straighten back. But as I felt it straighten back, I kind of took a hold of it again. But you're doing all that. You're watching everything outside of you. You're watching 3, 4 lines in front of you on the outside, trying to pray that the car that you're riding their ass is gonna let you know. You can kind of see what if they make anything abrupt that you can go with them. Plus, you got, especially for us forwards, you got everybody chirping in our ears. This side's clear, clear. Pick me up. Can we go middle? What's going on here? Let's leave him out. Who's in here? Like who's two cars up from me? It was constant conversation, which is a benefit to the forwards on the super speedways. I know a lot of people aren't happy about how we do, but I mean, as long as if you can get your boys together, your manufacturers together, it really shine. You really shine out on those super speedways. So when you got, the Ford chat going, there's a Chevy up here, but we can jump top lane, leave him out to dry, and we can all be together. It just kind of sets you up, and it helps, but you got to be hyper focused in on what's going on because if you're not, that one little split second. Um, a mistake can happen. Or you look up and you're, okay, everybody went top. Was I not listening? And now you're stuck and you're falling back 15 spots in the matter of seconds. So just got to be hyper focused.
You definitely do need to be focused on a track like this. And I was talking about how easy it is to get distracted, especially just even on pace laps when you're trying to figure out, what you're going to do for your pit stops and
Mhm.
all of that stuff. And it's easy to look down for 1 second, and next thing you know, you're almost slamming into the car in front of you. So,
Exactly. Exactly.
yeah,
Yeah, we were, I think there was a caution right around lap 85. And I would say, I want to say we had about 8 forwards because we all got to the bottom, and we were kind of okay. We were all going to go in on 87. That was the big plan. We all going in on 87, get fuel, we get right back out. We stay single file for the rest of the race. No fighting until we are solidified in the top, say like the top 10 cars are forward. Then we can kind of do what we need to do. But that kind of the caution kind of blew it up. I know there was a line of Chevys coming up on the top side, but we were letting them go because we just need to hold that bottom for that big pit stop we were planning. But little things like that teamwork is, and I'm so grateful to all the Ford drivers, all the Ford teams are really, really, we're really open to that, especially going into Daytona. That was the first, we did it at Daytona. Just kind of seeing how they do it at RL, a lot of the manufacturers going together, and so we took that on, did it at Daytona, worked a little bit, but today it was really honed in, you know, that it worked. So I'm grateful to all the Fords, every Ford team, every Ford driver who's spitting out information um, and kind of just sticking with each other. I mean, there's some times where you can't. That was a big talking point too. Like we were like, hey, you guys, if we're not pitting, if we don't have to set up a pit, do what's in the best interest of you. But I mean, if we're locked up, it's best to stay locked up. And everybody kind of took that to heart, and we all got locked up. And I would say we controlled the majority of that race, so it was fun.
Oh yeah. No, it was. It was a few top teams that really kind of rose to the top and stayed there the whole race.
Yeah, like I said, those factory boys are something special. I mean, what do they got? 3 wins now as a team. I mean, it's amazing. So they're really good. They're definitely we're grateful, here at WRL for them. They're friends, so
they're one of
they help
2
us
teams that have 3 wins. Looks like in the series.
Okay, I think who else has 3?
BBR.
BBR,
Mike and them, yeah.
And I don't know why those Chevys don't get, together, because I mean they were fast.
No,
but then,
they were together. It's just they were together a couple times. There was like I think at least a couple times, Bill, that we saw like the whole team basically in one whole line.
Yeah.
Like all 4
well,
or
I
5
mean
of
like
them.
every Chevy.
Oh, fair
That's
enough.
what I'm saying. Like kind of like all the Chevys work together, but you'll see it, and then like 2 Chevys will hop out to like make a move, and that was communicated. Like we'd see it, they'd be like, "Oh, they left them, they're going outside," and like those little things was like kind of we were so grateful for that. Like, we were like, "Oh yeah, let them do it." Like
Well,
we'll stay AD.
You just answered your own question.
Yeah.
Look back at this conversation. You said, why aren't the Chevys doing the same thing? Well, come to find out, all the Ford guys, they're on one channel. All the Ford guys are working together. All the Ford guys are communicating. All the Ford guys are sharing information.
Yeah.
Sounds like the Chevy guys are sharing information amongst teams and not amongst the community. And that right there tells me why the the Chevys are struggling.
Yeah, I would say at super speedway is definitely a struggle.
Yep.
Like I said, well, I can't really help everybody at any other track. I don't expect anybody to help me at any other track. I'm not looking for the help, but I mean, at super speedways, if you don't have it, you're just gonna be frustrated.
Yeah.
We did it to Corey, like no hard feelings. I know me and Corey race each other hard, and I enjoy it. I love anybody who races me hard. Like, don't give me anything. Race me as hard as possible. So I love Corey for doing that. We always have our little tips on the track, but that never leaves the track. And I believe we were all lined up, and Nick and Corey was in front of Nick, I believe. And Nick and Zander hopped out high. Corey went with them, and they shifted back down. So we all were lined up. And just like little things like that, communicating little things like that. I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta keep your team with your team, your manufacturers with your manufacturers, especially on super speedways. But when we get to these other tracks, I mean, I don't know if you guys know, like Richmond, I gave Menke a little bump. We talked about it. He was like, "That was perfect." He was,
yeah.
So it's like little things like that. I can't help on any other track, but when super speedways come around, I'll push you. I'll push you to the ends of the earth.
Well, you guys, I mean, you especially have had, you said it earlier, top 5 finishes in your last few races, and you just really have turned it on. It seems like Pocono was your turning point. And I don't know what happened there, but that's when all of a sudden you started showing up for the track, and you weren't joking anymore. And you've been on fire, and you and I have had conversations. We've talked in the chat rooms, and I told you how I felt about you and you driving, and I told you what was going to happen to your season, and so far you're making me look smart as hell, and I appreciate that, because it doesn't happen very often.
Hold on to that. Hold on to that ticket. Hold on to that ticket, because I think we might be able to cash it. I just got to keep it up. Yeah, I just got to keep it up. I think we just got into that. My wheel.
I'll tell you what. In August, actually, it was July. It was when I first met Adam Johnson, who got me into iRacing. I went down to Hickory Motor Speedway, and I met a driver one of the drivers I drove all the way down there from Massachusetts to meet, Connor Zilich. And I walked up to him and I took a selfie with him, and I said, "Hey, I want this selfie so when you make it big time, I can say I knew you before that." And he laughed, and he says, "Yeah, I wish." And I'm like, "Hold on to your hats, kid. It's going to happen." Well, now we've seen him in a truck racing this year.
Exactly.
He's had a bunch of huge opportunities pop up, and he's one of those drivers where you can see the talent, you can see the raw talent. And I told you before, I think I could throw you in a race car and you'd be pretty close right off the bat. So just keep just keep doing what you're doing. I mean, you're you've come out of nowhere. Now you're in 8th position in the points, and you're making people sweat. They're starting to notice you. You're only like 52 points out of first place.
Yep. That's not too bad. I mean, like I said, it only took a few races. Just have to get your head on straight and get out of the argy bargy and the mess and kind of lock in, and it's working. So these tracks aren't. We kind of got to that level of track where, especially now, I think we're in that after Talladega where we got Dover, Darlington,
Let me see. Let me look at the
Charlotte.
schedule. Let me see. It's
Darlington is
it's
a
Dover,
Darlington.
Kansas, Darlington, North Wilkesboro, Charlotte.
Yeah. So that's a great, and those are the tracks that I mean, if you can have a good run and know these tracks coming up, I mean, Gateway, that's a hard one. That ain't easy. 400 laps at Charlotte. Good luck to everybody for that one. And Iowa, I know it's newer on the schedule, so that's going to be.
I love Iowa.
Yeah, and New Hampshire. That one has my heart as well, like Dover does. New Hampshire is one of the more perfect tracks on the schedule. Anything that makes you work a little bit harder, you know what I mean? Like those tracks where you just can't hop in and run them. Like something that you have to like put laps in and practice and figure out how to run it and like, okay, what's the preferred line? Okay, I can run that line good. So like, what happens if I'm not there? What do I have to do? Like, where can I adjust myself? Like those tracks, if you can finish good at those, the world's your oyster in this league. And then you get into, your playoffs, and that's when it. I mean, Homestead's a big one. Martinsville again. So it'll be pretty big, especially when playoffs come around. I would say those aren't the hardest tracks to race. I know Martinsville's pretty crazy, but and Phoenix as well. Like if you're not on your P's and Q's, some gab at Phoenix. But we got some good tracks coming up, and later in the season. But excited, definitely excited.
Well, but I'll tell you what, I am getting the evil eye from upstairs.
So hey, good night, guys. It was a pleasure. Thank you. See y'all next week. Those WR boys, just remember they're working. They've been working since Sunday. So we got a whole nother week to keep going.
Yeah. All right, brother, man. I want to see you next week in Victory Lane.
Hey, I'm gonna be working for it. That's the goal.
All right, man.
Thanks, guys. Have a good night.
You too. Well, Austin, what a night.
So if you gotta go, you gotta go. But I don't think I want me apparently interviewing about some. So, but if you gotta go, then you go before you get in trouble.
I just want to say, I just got the text message you sent me, and I don't know why you would dare me to ask what the stage laps are going to be on while we're at the grid every race. What are you trying to? Are you trying to?
Where's the proof that I asked this? Because I never did.
Yeah, well, we'll prove it.
Okay. I was actually on it this time, so.
All right, buddy. You have a good night, and
All right.
thank you everybody for watching. We'll see you later on.
I'm gonna talk and see what Nathaniel wants here. Let's see, Nathaniel, what'd you want?
Hey. So I was scored 34th tonight, but that's not going to be my actual scoring. I had a little bit of the blinking problem in car, so it didn't want to count my first 26 laps.
Wow.
Yeah. So technically, I'm on the lead lap. I'm not 100% sure where I finished. I think it was somewhere around 15th. But yeah, I wanted to let you know that just for some extra information, just
Right.
because yeah, that was a weird incident to happen. But we're getting a new CPU, so we won't have blinking problems for broadcasting and races here on out.
Well, see, I don't get how you're having the issues because I mean, yeah, I guess it's Daytona, but like, you were messing with the stuff that that I told you to mess with, and you were still having issues, which confuses me because
Yeah.
that's the same things I mess with, and it works fine for me. Great, it's also Daytona, so that could be why. Because Daytona is just Daytona.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure what fully happened there, but I know it is the CPU problem, so I'll be getting that fixed, and the
hey,
Monday and Tuesday night broadcast that I'll be running will be a lot better, hopefully.
Regardless, schedule-wise, to go and get this out there before obviously we end it for the night. Obviously, Trucks has an off week. Thankfully, we're not doing Dover. Thanks to God, because I do not like Dover. I literally bought it the other day and then did testing with the setup and was like, no. So
Yeah.
Trucks is an off week, but we have Sunday. We have ARCA at Chicagoland for if I can get my thing to click. Okay, come on, then click for
You have
me.
ARCA on Sunday, yeah, it's Chicago, and then next
For the Boeing
week at
150, so 100 laps at Chicagoland, the ARCAs, and then Rockingham for the Subway 200 at Nextel, which obviously that is going to be covered by our good boy Nathaniel here, obviously.
Yep.
And then we have
And the
Wednesday
ARCA race
Dover.
as well.
Oh yeah, you're going to cover the ARCA. Oh yeah, no, you always cover ARCA. Duh.
Yep. So I'll be on broadcast for sure for ARCA and Nextel for full season, and then I'll be part-time with Corey for trucks.
Yeah, whenever Corey obviously doesn't want to run in the track. But that is basically what next week is looking like. A little bit of a light week next week, honestly. We have we're obviously only missing one series, but after next week, then we come back obviously with full force of trucks and with trucks, ARCA, Nextel, and
we'll have
Cup.
everything.
Everything will be back after that. And then we have on the 12th, we have the next sports car at WeatherTech, Laguna Seca.
That'll be a fun one for sure too.
So yeah, that'll be that's what we got here. And other than that, that is it for tonight for the RYCO Performance 300 here at Go Talladega. And next time we'll be live. It'll obviously be for Sunday, so and I'll be with Go Nathaniel here. So see you guys then.